In 5, 4, gather around, freaks. It's time to celebrate Halloween and close the grimoire for the year. We have the gloopiest page up last, and we can see the shape walking menacingly into a group of the worst group of teens I think we've ever seen on this show. It looks like the shape, sounds like the shape, but is it really the shape we all know? So gather around the internet campfire, because it's time once again for another spine-tingling edition of Hey, did you see this one?
The night is dark, and the air is still. The moon casts an eerie glow over the internet, where a group of curious individuals have gathered to discuss their shared fascination for the macabre. They hold in their hands a book with a foreboding presence, bound in flesh and inked in blood, a tome of horror that only opens its pages when a sacrifice is made. Within its ancient passages lie the secrets of the most infamous murderers and monsters of all time. Join us. But beware, for once this book is open, there's no telling what horrors may be unleashed. This is the Grimoire of Familiar Killers.
I don't get it. They should be here by now.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, hello. Happy Halloween, everybody. And that's our show for this week. We'll see you next year. Hello and welcome to Hey, Did You See This One, the weekly review reaction roundtable discussion podcast where we just have to ask the question, hey, did you see this one? On this show, we take a film and completely pull it apart, leaving no stone unturned or pumpkin for that matter, because it's Halloween. We are your co-hosts, of course. I'm Jason R. Phillips, Resurrection, joined as always by Stephen Boba Blackfly Waters 6.
Oh, why is there a 6 there? Oh, it's because I was on the Trivial Debates podcast, and that was my score, and I won.
Oh, right. Nice, nice one.
This is that. Okay.
This is episode 204. That's a lot. How is somebody ringing the doorbell? I don't understand. We
really
already did that last week.
Got.
It's the quietest doorbell around.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Jason. I just wanted to congratulate you guys on 204 episodes. I'm really proud of you guys. A lot of people said you weren't going to make it, but I always do it. Anyway, I should probably go now. See you guys later.
Second. If you're here, how are you at our door also?
How are you also on a roller coaster at our door? Also, I didn't know there's a roller coaster at our door.
Yep. It's Hey, Did You See This One studio is kind of like
you set a new standard, Alex. Now you're just gonna have to try and top that every week.
I know. It's not going to be easy, but
2 months from now, Alex is gonna be
yeah.
underwater at the Toronto Aquarium.
You know when they send stuff into space, like they do those Red Bull drops from space or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, I have to go now. I'm plummeting back to Earth's surface.
They're trying to seal up my spacesuit. Yeah.
I'm entering orbit, brother. I'll be there soon.
Well, thank you for that, Alex. Speaking of, we are covering Halloween Resurrection. The Grimoire is closing. This is our Halloween episode. I'd like to please welcome back to the show for the probably 12th time at this point, Alex Gow. Alex Gow, do you want to play the 5 times?
Welcome to the 5 Timers Club. I never thought this would happen.
I can't believe this is happening.
Oh
my God, they're so beautiful.
This is like the second and a half time I've gotten that, I think.
Did we give that to you already?
I don't know. I've been on like 10 times.
Yeah. That sound clip is new. So
Oh.
I'd also like to welcome to the show for the first time. He called us out on our on I think our Halloween episode last year, and it took 365 days to have him here finally. But I'd like to welcome to the show. He's a professional wrestler here in Toronto. He's a horror icon, in my opinion, and he's also a horror genius. Please welcome to the show, Stratosphere. Stratosphere.
Welcome to the show. I brought some friends.
That sort of happened in Freddy versus Jason a couple weeks ago, where she had to move the mask and give mouth to mouth, and
then
they all gagged.
Something about Freddy that was pretty harsh.
Yeah, that whole
Still think about
scene
that.
was
Yeah,
gross.
she made fun of his sweater. So harsh.
Yeah. Also, he said something. He
He said something racist, and then she said something super homophobic. It was like, oh, battle of the
Battle of
prejudicism. Yeah.
3.
All the phobias.
You could do these.
Well, on that note, Stratos, thank you for joining us tonight. I don't really know that you know what you're getting yourself into here, but you asked for it.
I did.
And
You asked about this like probably a few months ago, and I honestly forgot until you reminded me last week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I can't let you down. I've known you for like 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I was also concerned because I know you're like a Halloween guy. So I assume tomorrow night you're going to go out and do it big. And I was like, is Thursday going to be okay? Because I don't know if you go into the weekend with it from Thursday. But obviously you're here hanging out with your 2 best pals, Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees.
I got some other guys somewhere around. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a Grogu. That's
I was Jason in 2 places at once.
Yeah, right?
what? Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. But yeah. So the Grimoire is closing, but we do have to talk about Halloween Resurrection because that's the movie that we're at. I'm just going to give you a brief spoiler here. Steven, remember how much you hated kayfabe?
Yeah.
That's how much I hate this movie. Why don't we get into a synopsis?
I mean, this was an actual movie. Kayfabe wasn't a movie, but okay, yes, let's do our synopsis.
It's time for a synopsis, bitch.
Well, let's see here.
Frederick Krueger, dude.
Yeah,
Freddy Krueger, dude.
that language does not fly in this decade.
Steve, do you want to give us a synopsis of this film?
Sure.
The only way to survive Freddy Krueger is to be woke.
That's true. Yeah, he can't enter your dreams if you have pure
If you're
thoughts. Yeah. So this movie is it takes place, I don't know, 3 years after the last movie H2O, where Michael Myers is seemingly decapitated by Jamie Lee Curtis. Only in this movie we discovered that wasn't the case. He pulled the old switcheroo with the paramedic and put his mask on the paramedic. I guess he was the same build and height. We all assume Michael Myers has a big ginger mustache underneath that mask as well, but we'll never know. She killed the wrong person and has been overwhelmed with guilt and in an insane asylum ever since. And the cold open of this movie is her basically dying. Spoiler alert. Which then I guess frees Michael Myers' free time. His schedule is clear. He doesn't have anyone on the chopping block anymore, so he goes and lives underground of his old house. And a reality internet. It's like a reality television show on the internet, led by Busta Rhymes and what's her
Tyra
name?
Banks.
Tyra Banks. And they are doing sort of a talent scouting to find a bunch of sexy college students to populate the home of Michael Myers, where he went on his killing spree years ago. And they basically have dressed the house up to be scarier than it actually is, filling it with weird sort of escape room style trapdoors and puzzles and things like that, all for the entertainment of people on the internet. And but unbeknownst to them, Michael Myers has been living underneath the house all this time and uses this as an opportunity to go on a Jason Voorhees style killing spree. This movie is more of a Friday the 13th than it is a Halloween, in my opinion. But we'll get into that when we talk about the actual discussion. But the movie itself is basically just a paint by numbers slasher movie where we have a bunch of bodies populating the screen and they all die one by one.
Perfect. Yeah, unless you guys have anything else to add to that, I think that's pretty.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to flesh out, but we'll wait for the flesh of the part.
Yeah, I love flesh.
I love beautiful flesh. That's my pinhead. Cool. Let's go into our brief history.
He has a British accent, you know. just
Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, Busta Rhymes has a British accent. He's also a Cenobite.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing? Brief history? Okay.
A brief history.
So this is a segment where we talk about our history with this film, but also Stratos, since you are here for the first time, you can give us a little. You're going to go first. You're up on the chopping block.
like my personal history of this movie is what you're saying?
Your personal history with this movie. But if you want to give us a little bit of insight into your like history with Halloween, because I know you're a Halloween guy, as I said before. So
Yeah.
Are you gonna say that over and over throughout the podcast? I know you're a Halloween guy. Water cooler. We call you Mr. Halloween.
This is Halloween. Okay, I mean, with Halloween, I'm the youngest of a few brothers, so horror movies is like what I was raised on. I'm like told I've watched like Friday 13th at like 2 years old. Like I'm that early. My mom I give a lot of credit to because she's like a horror movie fan. Like before, like she went to go see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and she was pregnant with one of my older brothers.
oh my god,
Like back then, you know what I mean? They're like, you shouldn't do that. She's like, I'm good, don't worry.
She was the in-house cook for the Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah. She
This sounds like an origin story for a horror movie killer.
Horror's pretty deep into my upbringing, I guess. So for Halloween, that's kind of like probably my favorite. It's like Halloween 1, like, and I love 2, but like Halloween, that's like such a staple. That's my mom. But when H2O came out, that was one of those ones where I was like, oh mom, like we gotta go to the movie theater to watch it, right? And of course H2O being pretty successful and I think was pretty great for what it was. Here comes Resurrection, and I'm like, oh wow, great. Made another one. And you know, definitely I did watch it in theaters, like I said, and then I was like trying to be positive about it afterwards, kind of like a Phantom Menace kind of vibe. You know, you're like,
Right.
It's good. It's good. You know,
Best
like,
movie I've ever seen, perhaps.
I thought about it. I definitely, you know, watched it over and over, but like,
I don't get why people don't like Jar Jar Binks. He's cool.
yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sometimes it takes a Revenge of the Sith to appreciate a Phantom Menace.
Oh,
Yeah. It's true, yeah.
I love that movie. But yeah,
It takes a Rise of Skywalker to
oh,
appreciate a Halloween
To make
Resurrection.
you yearn for the days of a 25-minute pod race sequence.
Yeah.
what was that guy's name? Bulba or something?
I'll try hiding in the basement. That's a neat trick.
That's a good trick.
I don't know. I just still in like it's not. I guess it's bad. Let's be real. But you know, when it came out, it was, you know, I guess like, oh, that's cool.
How old were you when it came out?
I don't know. When did it come out?
2002.
2002. So I was what,
Are we talking about this movie or Phantom Menace? I'm confused.
We're talking about the
Phantom
movie
is-
that we're doing a podcast about.
Okay.
2002. Like 16, 17?
Yeah, we're about the same age. I was 17
That's
when it came out. And
that is honestly the absolute perfect age to convince yourself that you like something.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like,
Absolutely perfect.
it's my favorite stuff. You know, I love
It's like the last kind of
That's
age
so-
bracket where you can you can still lie to yourself but have the agency, like not have the innocence of childhood that where you like anything.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
cool. How about you, Alex?
I haven't seen all the Halloween movies. I was never a big horror guy. I mean, I watched Curse of Michael Myers for a different episode of this podcast.
Love it.
I've seen the original Halloween, like, and stuff like that, but I was never like, when I was little, I would like, or even in my teen years, I wasn't a big horror guy.
That's wild.
Yeah. But it was never really in my wheelhouse, but I like them now. Now, like, I've actually probably watched more horror movies for this podcast than I have in my own recreational time. But I'm wondering, to be honest, it's like a phenomenon. You know when you'd watch a horror movie with like an older relative or something, like your dad or your like grandfather or something, and they don't have like a fear response to them at all. I'm starting to wonder if we are reaching that age where I'm like, I'm watching scary movies and I'm like, I'm incapable of being scared by them. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I don't know, but
type of horror to do anything to me.
Or this Busta Rhymes based Halloween movie was not that scary. One or the other.
I think maybe it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I feel like I should watch more because I do seem to enjoy them. But
Yeah, we're all desensitized.
Yeah,
I think that I mean I'll just kind of go into mine because I am a very big horror person, and this year in particular, 2002, was when I finally stopped having that I am too scared to function. My brain doesn't work sort of sensation that would take over me when I would watch horror movies. Even just the idea of building suspense was too much for me to handle physically, and I would be actually terrified, sort of thing, and it would affect me for hours afterwards, and I would be in this sort of like rigid state. I remember watching The Exorcist at a birthday party when I was in like the 7th grade, and I had a pillow on my face, and like the guy's mom kept coming down and be like, you can come upstairs, you don't have to watch it with them. I'm like, I'm fine, like freaking out. Shouldn't have done it, but I did.
How old were that, you said?
Those types of situations are what, you know, eventually got me to the point where in 2002 I started to actually digest these movies in a huge way, where the we've talked about it before, but you know, they'd have the marathons on TV and I'd watch every Freddy Krueger and every Jason. I'm a little bit younger than the two of you, and I think the same age as Alex. Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
But yeah, so like, but when you're that young, just a couple of years makes a huge difference, right? So I didn't see this in theaters, but the year after, by the time just 1 year passing, I had seen every single horror movie in existence and went to go see Freddy vs. Jason in theaters and was hooting and hollering and having a wonderful time experiencing that movie. But I did eventually see this movie, and I have absolutely no memory of it. I put it in yesterday to watch it and was like, I've seen this movie. And then because I remember the trailer vividly in my mind, like Busta Rhymes being like, you know, happy Halloween, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I remember this. And then I put the movie in and was like, I don't remember any of this. I remember 0% of this movie. My assumption was that Jamie Lee Curtis was going to show up at the very end of the movie and help defeat him. No, she dies in the first 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's almost like I've never seen it, even though I know I have. But I think the movie is that low in terms of quality that my brain forced it out and was like, no, we have to use this space for important information, more valuable real estate. And I just forgot about it entirely. So yeah, I guess I can say that my first time watching this movie was 2 days ago. And I know that this is true because my brain has already started pushing the memories out. I'm having a difficult time remembering everything that happened in this movie. And I watched it less than 48 hours ago.
The Seen This and Remember Nothing Club, says,
yeah.
SPW.
So that's
yeah.
second time. Sorry, and has anyone watched this for the first time?
I didn't watch it until the first time yesterday.
This is
Yeah, I watched it for the first time this week as well.
That's really funny stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, so Stratos, when we met, I think even 10 years ago, I was like, I can't handle horror. I don't think I'd like all of the movies that I've seen for this show have happened in the last 5. And what really did it for me was The Walking Dead slowly desensitized me over the years until I was like, oh, I can probably handle some stuff. And then I sort of, dipped my toes, and now I'm in the no sensitivity club. Nothing really phases me except
Okay,
Final Destination 3 actually had me kind of peering over my pillow, so to speak. Not literally, but that's the first movie in the 40 horror movies I've seen now that actually.
I'm a believer that the type of horror movie that will still have that effect on any of us out of the 4 of us who say that this movie wasn't scary, or that movies in this sort of caliber, slasher movies in particular, where we're desensitized to what the formula is. It's because we've seen a million of them. It's because we know what's going to happen, but also it's not edited to be scary to us. These types of things aren't frightening to us, right? You can watch something like an Ari Aster movie, and it's just the idea of somebody having to look at their dead child or something off screen and screaming is more horrifying and something that will affect your stomach, and you'll be like, I feel sick and I'm scared right now. And it's a different type of horror, right? You need to watch age appropriate horror, I guess, is what it would be.
Yeah. I will say that Midsommar messed me up when I watched it a few years ago, but I don't know if watching that for Hereditary didn't really affect me on that same turn. So I guess you're right, Steven. I guess it does depend, but the rest of the Final Destination movies didn't really move the needle for me either. They have a lot of build up and good payoff, but just for some reason, Final Destination 3. Anyway, I digress. For this movie, I watched it this week. I was in physical pain watching it and laughing out loud at some of the one of the best lines in the movie. I'll bring it up again when we go through it, but that Miles's dorky friend, who's the worst actor ever, he turns to the girl he walks into the room with and says, "I'll be your camera." That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And there's a lot of lines like that just really blew my mind.
You press a camera to your face, or you're a camera looks at you. I don't really know.
The camera had just fallen to the ground and was showing everything. So maybe that was.
I was watching this with Danny, and we both went, "What?" We both said, "What? What the heck?"
You guys didn't say those lines in 2002?
Yeah, that was my major pickup line. Hey, baby, let me be your camera over here.
Get away from me.
Yeah,
yeah. But just in summation, I watched this movie this week. My history with horror in general is sort of well documented on the show, but I wanted to bring up the fact that when I first met you, Stratos, I probably would have been able to handle it, but I was not in that
That's wild.
Yeah,
because I just assumed we were on the same page with what we grew up with, video games.
We had something.
And, comic books.
No, we probably had this conversation 100 times. Also, it's crazy that we've known each other for 10 years. Just as an aside, there's our brief history. That's crazy.
Wrestling and horror, but not really, because I just assumed.
Well, we'll have you back on the show.
I had the same assumption about Jason when I first met him as well. I just assumed that he was a kid that watched all the horror movies when he was 6 years old.
He looks like a guy who would watch horror movies.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you're hey man, have you seen Cannibal Holocaust?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he looks like he would intentionally bring up ones that people have never heard of. Just
exactly.
Oh, you ever seen you know what I mean? The Skinny Fucker 6, and it's
or the Italian giallo horror film.
Yeah.
Well, I'm slowly going in that direction.
He learned Korean to watch Korean horror movies or something.
Let's check out Hardwired.
My favorite movie is I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
Only the first half, though. After that,
thank you for nobody bringing up. Well, I won't even say it. Why don't we move on to the next?
Know what he was going to say, to be honest.
Well, it's real popular in Serbia. Let's talk about production talk.
Production talk.
All right. Quiet on set. Are we rolling? Okay, let's shoot this piece of shit.
Sound.
Speed. Action!
So this is basically the segment of the show where we sort of run down, I'll tell you right now, this opening weekend made 12.29 mil, domestic gross 30.26 mil, on a $15 million budget. So no sequel until a reboot comes a few years after this. Outside of that, it was directed by Rick Rosenthal, whose body of work includes Halloween 2.
Which is an incredible movie. Yeah.
Right?
So it was always like, oh, at least this guy's making it. And then you're like, oh, shit.
So what I will say to that note is this movie, the one thing I did like about this movie is it almost feels like not just a paint by numbers slasher, but a paint by numbers Halloween movie in a lot of points, where they do the thing where they show kind of old kills or like pay homage to old kills. They do the thing where Sarah walks through the house, the old original house, of course, which they rebuilt fully, and she sees like the kills like laid out for her, which is a very Halloween element. That's a very Michael Myers the Shape thing to do. But then it has so much stuff in between. I don't like the element of it being not only a reality show, but also kind of a found footage thing at the same time. The worst.
It's like a hybrid found footage regular film, which is like, especially when we know that there are cameras that are, consumer grade cameras in 2002 were not this shitty, but they decided to make them shittier because it's like, it's got to look shitty because
it's got to look like a camera.
It's got to look like it's being watched on,
How come no one in the movie watches the fucking cameras?
It's true. It's because they're making out and drinking wine or whatever. And Busta Rhymes is...
No, Tyra Banks. Every time someone's getting killed, Tyra Banks is like...
dancing.
Taking a smoke break or something.
Yeah, making a coffee. Making a very elaborate coffee.
Monitor, too. And she's like, oh, yeah, we'll fix that camera later.
Yeah.
Danny said something that was interesting. That was interesting to me because it's like this was the era in which Tyra Banks was criticized for being fat, and she looks absolutely beautiful in this movie. And she's
the camera adds 10 pounds, and there were so many cameras.
It's that her kill angle for like 3 seconds. It's like from above, right, or down below. So it looks
it's an unflattering angle. It's just wild to me that it's like 2002 was such a brutal period of time for any kind of like self-image, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Historically tough time to be a famous woman. Oh, speaking of production talk, this movie was produced by Harvey Weinstein.
I was going to say, it's the fucking Weinstein brothers were on my screen for a second there, and I was like, ooh.
Here, Jason, I'm sending you something that I whipped up while I was watching the movie.
Okay. This film was also filmed in Vancouver, which was the style at the time.
Which is why there's so many Canadian actors in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys recognized the actor from last week.
Yeah.
The kid who owns the house, I guess, that they're at is the kid from Freddy vs. Jason who is the stoner or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I thought I recognized him.
Yeah.
Also, interesting to see Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan, baby.
I've never seen her so positive. She's very like bubbly, which is I feel like I guess I'm like what Mandalorian and Battlestar. So
she's usually brooding about losing control of Mandalore, or
yeah.
She's yearning for the dark saber.
Yeah.
Here's this.
No. Gross.
Thank you for that contribution.
You're welcome.
Did you make that while you were on the roller coaster?
No, yeah.
Also, some other interesting people in this movie. Thomas Ian Nicholas from American Pie.
Yeah.
Also, Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks.
Busta Rhymes was in it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a production theory.
Oh,
so rare that we get one of these.
Yeah.
Is it a theory though?
It is a theory. It's a theory.
Oh,
if you're asking if I researched it, I think that this movie was made because Busta Rhymes was watching Halloween movies and yelling or getting angry about what he would do against Michael Myers, and then he made this movie happen.
Yeah, I do karate. I say hiya like this.
Yeah.
I also
yeah, absolutely.
He was yelling at
do this. I would do this. I would do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they make a movie about him doing it.
But he was yelling about it in his trailer on the set of the movie Shaft 2000. And Harvey Weinstein heard it and went like, "Oh, that's a pretty good idea, actually.
We gotta bring back that Halloween movie."
Yeah. That franchise has been cold for a while, but Busta Rhymes has got some great ideas.
Like, we cut his head off. How are you going to do that? Well, you do this.
Yeah.
We can't afford Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, she agreed. She said, if you're going to do it, I need to be in a mental institution or whatever. Like, she basically planned out what she would do in the movie if you ever brought her back.
Right.
You have to kill me like this. Just end my character. Obviously, that didn't really work out that way.
And it also didn't stick because she came back to make 5 more of them in the last couple of years or whatever. Also, okay, I don't want to get too heavy into talking about the actual movie, but like in her notes, which she's like, I have to be in a mental institution. I have to kill him like I'm Bugs Bunny. And
how did she create that? Like
that 1 in a million shot trap?
Listen, the movie took care of it by having the nurse earlier say, we've seen her up on the roof a couple of times. We think suicide risk. She was up there setting traps, guys.
And researching exactly where he'd step so that it would his foot would go perfectly in the
She's like, if I leave my house coat hanging right here, he'll investigate the house coat, and then he will step into my rabbit trap that I've created, and then I'll run the crane operator all the way over to here. Yeah.
Like,
as long as he's
too.
Yeah. Those things don't work like an actual fucking like sling trap. It's so slow on purpose by design.
He could step out.
Yeah, he could have stepped out of it. He could have cut it before he was even on his butt. He was just anyway.
Let's remember who won that fight, okay? He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, he played the trap.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about that's this segment, why don't we move into our body of the episode?
Body of the episode.
The body of the episode.
The music in this is nothing to write home about as a final thought on the production talk. But yeah, this is the body of the episode. This is the segment where we kind of break down the movie step by step. You guys sort of already started talking about it. The Halloween theme plays immediately. We get the just orange on black writing, just orange letters, and the Weinsteins are mentioned, as we already kind of pointed out. You guys talked about how she's in an asylum, and I fully thought that this was going to be such a huge element of the movie. They show her not taking the pills. She spits them into her doll, which was like, what the fuck is happening? That should have been my first red flag. She's got a doll filled with pills that she hasn't been taking. The second
have a toilet or anything?
She's keeping them all.
She puts in her pockets like Shawshank and
yeah.
She also, like, after she puts them in, she says, good thing that he's coming for me tonight because I got no more space for pills in this thing. It's 3 years.
We're gonna need another doll.
And she's also kind of waxing poetic about some sort of tunnel in this asylum, that at the end of the tunnel you end up in heaven or hell.
She's talking about a metaphorical tunnel. She's not talking about the tunnel.
And
but
nurses,
it was shot in
a tunnel, yeah.
In a tunnel, yeah.
That's called art, guys.
Yeah.
This movie's very artistic.
And to take this already 86-minute runtime down a peg even further, the nurses basically reenact re-describe the last movie in great detail, which takes about 5 minutes.
I have a note here that says exposition. They're in exposition asylum.
Yes.
No.
And then on top of all of that, with all the bullshit slow-mo in this movie and skulking around, this movie's like 68 minutes long.
Listen, the slow-mo is digital slow-mo where they realize they didn't spend enough time on the shot, and it's not there to add dramatic tension. I'm sure you guys
was in the background yelling, slower.
We didn't film it high enough rate. It's not high speed. We can't slow it down. Slow it down digitally. give me some more. And they're like slowing it. He's like, give me some more. Slow it,
It was
slow it.
2002. They were probably using like Windows Movie Maker or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all we had.
iMovie or whatever on the Mac.
Yeah.
You got a Macintosh for editing. Yeah, I'm sure you guys noticed when he's trying to break into the room, it was like a digital camera shake, and the camera was just being reversed and panned in.
Horrible.
It's like, just show what you shot, guys. It would have been better if him just walking through the door like that. Like, what are you doing? Obviously,
That's when they said the name of the movie in the movie.
At 3 minutes and 50 seconds, she does say Halloween. She doesn't say Halloween Resurrection.
They didn't say the title of the movie, and I'm going to go ahead and retract that button press that you just did. I had a point I was trying to make there, but I can't remember.
Happy Halloween Resurrection.
Let's go get some breakfast. I need a resurrection. That's what he said at the end of the movie, Busta Rhymes, because he was tired after all that kung fu fighting he did. So yeah, it's actually, the opening is not terrible. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. It's not as terrible as the rest of the movie. It feels like they're setting something up. I didn't necessarily expect her to die immediately, but it's so like, most of what's happening is crazy, and you can tell that they didn't have enough time or money for reshoots in this movie. What was the budget again?
15 million.
Like, the fact that they're doing these things like digitally, like the breaking down of the door, where it's the camera is just being reversed and forwarded and reversed and forwarded, and they're adding a digital camera shake to make it look like he's banging on the door, and then the door breaks open and then she hits him with a lamp and she runs away or whatever, and then his hair is crazy. He's got like crazy Albert. I'm like, oh, he decided to paint an Albert Einstein mask white instead of a Michael Myers or a William Shatner mask white this time. But then the next sequence, it's perfectly combed back. I'm like, oh, he found a comb. He saw himself.
He got electrocuted by the
I did notice that.
Also, where does he get these masks? Like, that's not off the last part.
It's
I
true.
mean,
Weird
it
little
can't be that
basement.
hard. You have one there.
It's true. Yeah.
What? I mean, I don't know. It's just a little weird.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, you getting another
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, in the Jason movies, they always show Jason, if he doesn't have his mask, they show how he gets it or whatever, right?
Exactly.
But it's also just as silly, like him showing him finding a new one.
I got a new one.
We did Jason Does Manhattan.
Jason does Manhattan.
Jason, yeah, that's the porno remake or whatever. Jason Does Manhattan. But the guy scares his girlfriend with a Jason mask and then he puts it on. But he scares her with like a Hollywood movie quality style Jason mask with all the right injuries and stuff on it from the previous films. It's like, where did he get this thing from?
He's just a real big fan of the I guess franchise, even though he's in the franchise.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, the thing that I said last week was like, they should have just had it be like a pristine Jason mask that gets more damaged throughout the movie. That would have been a cool, interesting thing to do. But in these movies, they never really explain it, right? I think maybe the Rob Zombie ones do to a degree, but famously they couldn't even find them in the second movie, right? Isn't there like a part where it's a pink one with like brown hair and they had to like make weird...
That's Ben Tramer. That's a callback to Jamie Lee Curtis's crush, or Laurie Strode's crush. It's like,
right.
Oh, want me to talk to Ben Tramer? And he's like, no. But then in part 2, there's like these group of kids like, hey, Ben Tramer left and he's being all weird or whatever. But that's after he gets killed.
Right.
Cop car. That whole thing with the cop car and exploding.
But what I meant to say is, like, there's, even in the production of the film, they had a tough time finding the masks, the Michael Myers masks.
Yeah, that's the original mask in part 2, but it was like under a couch for all that time.
Yeah, but they got a new one, and it was pink with brown hair, and they didn't have time to paint it, so they just lit it weird. Yeah, so there's like a sequence where he's got a pink mask on, and if you look carefully, you can tell, but like if it's a blink and you miss it kind of moment where it's just like this one sequence where he's wearing this pink Michael Myers mask, but they lit it in a way that it looks like it might be the lighting playing tricks on you. Anyway, We talked about this 5 years ago. when we did the other episode.
I'll go back to that episode too.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch the whole.
But
all of
there's
them.
just like this weird inconsistency in this sequence in particular that I'm sitting here watching it, being like, there's nothing egregiously bad about this in terms of a horror movie setup, but it's so poorly done. Like it's almost to the level of like, we can't go back and reshoot it because we're a bunch of teenagers and we've already cut it or whatever. It's not to the level of like a $15 million budget movie where they could go back and reshoot a couple of sequences so he doesn't have crazy Einstein hair, and then in the very next sequence he has nice combed back hair. It doesn't.
I noticed that too. I was like, why is his hair so crazy? Is it just going to be it's the next scene. It looks like.
I mean, Alex said it's because he got electrocuted, which I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but then it should stay like that. Keep it like that. Keep the crazy hair then, you know?
They also introduce a weird thing here where like there's the security guy out for a smoke, and one of his patients who's obsessed with serial killers like spooks him. He's like, I'm John Wayne Gacy. And then a few minutes later, we find out that he's like, this is jumping ahead a little bit. He's like obsessed with serial killers. And when he sees Michael after Michael kills Lori, he's like, you're Michael Myers. He lists
He knows his stats.
And
that's sick.
Myers basically is like, come with me. And then in this movie, they never allude to that again. And I'm watching this movie the whole time going, sometimes things in this film seem so ridiculous because it's like they cut scenes out that don't glue parts together. And I think that
I mean, so he gives him the knife.
Yeah, he gives him the knife to kind of put it on him.
Yeah,
like he's the one who killed Lori.
Yeah,
and he's just like, peace out.
I didn't put that together. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was like giving it like an autograph.
Right, yeah, like it's like,
I thought he was like, you're the next me.
Yeah, no, I thought it was more
journey.
just like, he's like, yeah, this guy knows what's up, and then gives him the knife because he's like, here you go. But yeah, of course it was to. I mean, why would he need to set him up?
So here's what I'll say though.
It's so that Michael Myers stays dead. He gave him the knife.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a shit.
I know.
Here's what I'll say. Steven
is more smart than he needs to be, but it's it's a movie, so
Steve made the poster behind me. See how it says 2 Mikeys? Obviously, I know what that means now. But before I got to that point, I was like, "Oh, there's 2 Michael Myers in this movie." So clearly,
so I fucked you up before you even watched the movie. Yeah. So
sometimes these little
I was referring to the point where Michael Myers is getting yelled at by Busta Rhymes, and they're both Michael Myers.
And then he karate fights him.
Yeah,
terrible.
The guards at this place are pretty stupid.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But I mean,
you're like a loud scream, and then the one guy's like, one second having had dinner, and he gets pretzels at a vending machine while like a patient is like screaming down the hall.
Well, we were watching it, and I was like, this guy is fucked, because I saw like the vending machine, and I was like, oh, someone's gonna he's walking by a vending machine, there's gonna be a vending machine moment, cool. And then it happens, the one guy goes in, but it's not like Terminator 2, right? Like Terminator 2 vending machine is like probably one of the top 3 vending machine moments of all time. But it's like they're trying to do something like that and it just doesn't pay off. But then the way that this man is eating the snack cake that he gets, like it's like some sort of like Twinkie or something. It's like he crushes it with his hand and then like eats it like a squirrel or something, like pushes it into his face. And I'm like, did he do that so he didn't have to keep biting it take after take? He's like, I'm just gonna squish it and like rub it on my face.
There's like a story behind.
He had gone through
it over and over, and he was just so pissed off.
Yeah,
what? He'd eaten so many.
Yeah, he'd gone through like
$2 million of the budget.
Yeah, he'd gone through like fucking 15 Joe Louis or something, and he's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't.
And then
I have a question.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, because this is.
I was going to say, and then he goes into the room, and his buddy is gone, and he heard a patient screaming, and they're in a mental asylum.
Well, they didn't hear the patient screaming. They thought Michael Myers was a patient, so they
but they heard something, didn't they?
Well, the Twinkie guy heard the other guy yell.
Oh,
the original guy just.
So he hears his buddy yell.
Yeah.
Like in distress, and then he goes into that room, and then it's like, here's the dryer, and it's like, whoa, I should check out this dryer.
He's like, people aren't supposed to be doing laundry after 10 p.m.
It's like he forgets that his buddy is like screaming for help, and then he's like,
He's
It
also
makes
so
sense if you're watching a horror movie and you know his head's going to be in the dryer. But
Yeah,
he
no
doesn't-
colors mixed together in the washing
Yeah,
machine,
yeah, exactly.
and no heads in the dryer.
Yeah, he's also so distracted by the dryer being on that he doesn't notice a headless corpse on the ground right there.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys that I don't know if we've ever really touched on doing the Halloween movies. So on TikTok over the last couple months, I've noticed that people are like, he is the Shape. He is not Michael Myers. And I want to know if you guys have any insight on where this comes from, because I just basically learned that in the credits, he's referred to as the Shape. And does this kind of come from Loomis being like evil never dies and that kind of stuff? Do you have any like?
No, it's just that's what they referred to him as in the credits in the first movie, and that's where it went. And I think it's also like from a poem or a short story that was the inspiration for this movie. I think they used the same moniker, but like, yeah, it's just what it's always been referred to as in the credits. They don't credit him as Michael Myers because Michael Myers died when he put on the mask and became the Shape or whatever.
I see.
Yeah, I think it's also picked up after that. Like knowing, you know, if you go back to the first film, you see the Shape, you're like, well, what's that all about? Like, isn't that Michael Myers? And then I think it picks up its own lore where later movies, you know, has that feel like what you're saying, Jason.
Which I think is awesome because it's like, you know, there's Ghostface, Chucky. Does Jason Voorhees like the Crystal Lake Killer or something? Does he have a moniker? He's usually just Jason Voorhees, right?
The Mongoloid.
The Mongoloid.
Do you remember part 2? No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when like, what's her name? I can't remember like the main character on that one. She like breaks down like what Jason is. It's like but she says some stuff. She's like,
I'm pretty sure she drops the arb arm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
The arb arm.
And then like a Mongoloid freak was in there as well, which is like something I just, like I always laugh at.
Yeah,
they were pretty heavy-handed with just using the old medical terminology really freely.
yeah,
really fluently.
Well, you know, those movies were probably the reason that those things became slurs, guys.
They're saying that really harshly. I don't know if we can use it in the medical field anymore.
Yeah.
Those
fucking Friday the 13th movies are making our job really hard here. I had a lady slap me yesterday for medically describing a disease about her child.
Yeah.
I do like in this sequence we see something that's been tropey for Michael Myers for the last couple movies, where he comes down from the rafters. I think it's so funny.
It's just to show that he has an impeccable arm strength, upper body strength.
So smooth going down.
Yeah. It is cool though. It's like a cool thing. I don't know what like when it happens in H2O, it's really, I don't know, like,
oh, it's huge. Especially it was in the trailer too.
Like, I almost want to say sexy. I'm like, oh, it's hot. Look how smooth he's lowering himself.
Like one arm too.
Yeah,
like,
I know. What the heck? Yeah. But yeah, I kind of want to go through and see like how many times does he do it in the series at large? Is it in the entirety of the series? Is it like 4 times and we just think of it as something that he does all the time, or is it just these 2 times? Like, I don't even know.
It's just 2 times, really.
Yeah. It's cool, man. That should be his move. He hides in the rafters and ding 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 lowers himself with one arm.
Lift.
Yeah. It's cooler in H2O because he's also holding an axe when he does it.
Yeah. That's like
there's a reason he's using one arm, and it's because the other arm is holding an axe. And this one he's doing it just because he looks cool. He's like, I'm trying to farm these aura points or whatever.
Yeah, you know, with him hanging out until Halloween, he's just ripping weights.
Well, yeah, he's eating rats and shit until Halloween comes. Yeah.
Like
I assume that like Michael Myers, he probably reads the newspaper, but he probably also bases most of his instincts on like the weather changing. So I wonder if global warming would fuck up Michael Myers' schedule. Like,
what is he like? He's a fucking cicada.
Yeah, well, yeah, like he does. He lives underground until it gets cold.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then he pops up when the leaves start to change.
Yeah.
And then he starts hiding behind
on the air.
Yeah, when he spells pumpkin on the air, and the leaves start to turn orange and red and stuff, and then he comes out of his hole and he hides halfway behind hedges and stuff. He's actually just smelling the hedges to try and figure out what time of year it is, and that's how he figures out that he's like 17 more days until Halloween. These are all things that are in Loomis's notes, guys. You need to read Loomis's notes.
I mean, that's who's really missing in Resurrection.
I think that's who's missing in everything that has occurred since is a Loomis or a Loomis style character. They don't ever replace him either with someone else that fills that role. I think that Laurie was supposed to maybe fill that slot where it's like now she becomes not only Laurie of the story, but is also the Loomis,
Yeah, and she's just out there screaming, I shot him!
I shot him 6 times!
He's not human!
He's gone now! He's gone! Evil is gone from this place!
His eyes are cold.
Honey, get your ass out of there!
Get your ass out of there! He's like takes a giant swig of red wine. Go on! Fuck!
I love the idea that in that one with the kid, I think 2 movies ago, when he was still in it, his hot wine breath is just in her face when he like leans down to talk to her.
Yeah,
because he was like notoriously wasted on set.
Which is wine face.
Yeah.
Old school Hollywood
shit. He kind of liked doing these movies. It seemed that he did anyway in interviews and stuff, but I don't know. He secretly probably talks so much shit about these movies, but like in terms of, professionalism when it came to an interview, he's like, they're brilliant films. I love the idea of evil coming back over and over again. Also, every time I do these films, I buy myself 10 years worth of wine.
Buy another winery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's find the Donald Pleasance fucking autobiography. Does it exist? Who knows?
It's called Wine
It's called Unpleasant.
Why not do another Halloween?
Yeah.
Why not do another Halloween?
The patient obsessed with serial killer sees the shape. He does sort of a Jason move and blasts through the fucking door, which is my favorite Jason thing, but Michael Myers doing it. This is what I agree with you, Steve, what you were saying earlier, that this is kind of like a Friday the 13th, just with Michael Myers instead.
Yeah, so it was like last week we talked about how Michael Myers daintily opening a door is weird. Like seeing his hand, his gooey fucking
or driving a car,
open a door is weird. No, Michael Myers, that's the thing. Michael Myers is a human being and he has all of the abilities of a human being. So him driving a car is weird, but it's not that weird. And him opening a door normally or using keys is not weird. But Jason Voorhees like opening a door and poking his head in and being like, is anybody in here? Like that's weird. But Michael Myers, it's not that weird.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
He's a guy, yeah. But then the digital shake and the weird, everything about that was weird. Like him walking through the door would have been okay to me, but except also the fact that this is supposed to be an insane asylum where like doors are made of metal, not like brittle wood that you can walk through.
Yeah, they didn't need to make him superhuman like Jason Voorhees. Like,
yeah,
it's just not necessary.
It's less scary to me because like Jason is scary because of his supernatural abilities and his like zombie strength and like all the stuff about him, but Myers is more frightening because
it would have been scarier if Myers had keys.
Yeah, it would have been. Imagine hearing like a jingling happening.
But he did
have keys for the whole town of Haddonfield.
Especially across from Haddonfield to California in that last movie.
Yeah, he drives. He drives in so many of the movies. He drives all
Freddy
the time.
versus Jason is insane as well.
Which is crazy because, like, where did he learn how to drive? Did they
That's the question from part one.
It's very intuitive.
Loomis asked.
Loomis is like, I shouldn't have taught him how to drive. Why did I teach him how to drive?
He's pure driving.
Yeah. I taught him how to do 6 shift. I even taught him. I gave him his A1 license. He can drive something with air brakes on it. God damn it! He has an M2 license. He can do a motorcycle. He's evil behind the wheel.
So we kind of talked about this segment already, but Laurie basically traps Michael, hangs him up. She gives him a monologue about fear. And as she's about to cut him down and kill him, he grabs her and then they hang off the the side of the building, and he stabs her in the chest, and
Yeah, she
that's
hits
the end.
button, and like he gets zipped up, and then she says, I think this is the line. She says, "Ain't I a stinker?" And then,
And then Lori kisses him. Why does she kiss him?
It's because it's a callback to a famous photo from part 1. Like when
okay.
And then there's like like her kissing Michael Myers.
right.
Like
Also, it's her brother. So
yeah,
like, you know,
and her brother.
she's
You
about
kiss,
to
you kiss your brother on your lips, you know?
It's on the lips is weird, but also there's a Shatner mask in between, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that this feels
Beautiful
too
moment.
rushed and weird because I thought that there was going to be more. But no, she's dead as fuck.
Well,
she should have
that's
just showed up later in the movie with a knife sticking out of her chest or her back, actually, with a
Get away
woman
from her,
version
you
of the
bitch.
Michael Myers mask on.
With like a GoPro on her hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's like, she got all strapped up. Buster Rhymes like made
Yeah,
sure she was
Busta
locked and
Rhymes like,
loaded.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Dangertainment.
Yeah.
the entertainment made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, I know.
I'd watch Dangertainment. Let's be real. I would watch this shit,
Oh yeah.
but it would have to be altered by Busta Rhymes to be scarier, like they kind of did with this house, which I didn't really like clue into until much later in the movie. I was like, oh, they went into this decrepit old like.
I
house
think
that's
for
just been,
me, like, because like again, this movie has been, I basically got Men in Black neuralized by this like my life of not seeing this. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I have absolutely no clue what's going to happen next. But as soon as they pulled out like the baby high chair with like the chains and stuff on it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be like they've set up the house to look scarier than it actually is. Because like that's notoriously the thing about Michael Myers is that like he was supposed to be from a very normal, regular family, which is why one of the reasons I hate the zombie movies is because of the fact that it's like, oh, his family was so fucked up. That's why he's fucked up. It's like, no, how about he's
everybody?
Yeah, every single person he ever interacted with is fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about those movies when we do them after we all die or whatever. But
in the Water Wars from
the
Apocalypse,
which is like arguably like it is more frightening that evil can just exist even without this outside source of like of rubbing someone down to the point that they're at this like this core of who they are, which is just pure evil. And so like that was the first hint to me. I was like, oh, okay, Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks like came in here earlier and like set up a bunch of fucking shit. Like they made it spookier. They turned it from regular attainment to dangertainment.
In my head, I know they had different names, but in my head, they were just Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes.
I don't remember their characters' names either. Yeah,
Mr. Freddy, and I don't think Tyra Banks' name is ever said.
Her name's Byra Tranks.
So the shape gives the blade to the serial killer and leaves. I wrote, "What is this movie?" And then the name of the movie flashes on the screen. Then we go over to like a classroom, and it's the girl Bianca Kajlich from a bunch of sitcoms later after this. She was a pretty good final girl, but she doesn't have a great acting chops, unfortunately. She's very sitcom actor.
I think that in this movie, fine. But also like the whole conceit of her character being that she can shatter wine glasses with her scream or whatever, which is like we were watching it and I was like, did she just shatter that with her scream? And Danny was like, no, the light fell over. I'm like, no. After the light fell over, she screamed and then a glass exploded full of water. Like,
this is another thing that I wanted to ask you guys about, because during that sequence, so the Michael Myers.
Yes, I can break a glass with my scream.
Michael Myers' niece had like psychic powers. Are we missing scenes where there was some psychic stuff that was supposed to happen in this movie? And she
stupid.
No, that's just
remember at the beginning where Bugs Bunny tries to kill Michael Myers? Like this is the quality of movie we're dealing with.
It was 2002, Jason.
Yeah, people still believed they could shatter glass with their voices in
2002. Webcams and shattering glasses.
Absolutely.
Also, this shot of this college class or whatever, it's panning. They're talking about some sort of like the evil within or whatever, and like I was kind of half listening to what the professor was talking about, but he's shit talking everybody, and they'd be like, "Oh, Paul, thanks for joining us. It's so early," and then it pans across this class, and I swear to God, every single person in that room went out the night before and got trashed, and then came in at 7 a.m. to shoot this because they all look. There's one lady who's like, and I'm like, she looks more hungover than I think I've ever looked in my entire life, and everyone's asleep, and then it pans up to her, and she is like, for some reason, like 1.5 feet higher than everybody else in her row, as well as like 2 feet higher than the people behind her. And I'm like, is she sitting on the back part of her seat? Like she's just like sitting up, like Spider-Manning it on her chair. It was a visual thing that I'm like, I get that it's better for the shot, but at the same time, yeah, it's like she was sitting like that, like enthralled in class, being like the evil within or whatever. Well, I can't remember what she says.
I gotta like get a good moment in this movie as a background actor. Like,
yeah.
Check this out, guys.
Yeah.
But then there's like everybody behind her is asleep. Every single person in the row is asleep. They're all doing one of these. You could see there were people trying to make different acting choices in this panning up shot, but there's a guy in the front row who's like deep throating a pen, and he's like he shoves it like all the way in his mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this class? People are so bored they're trying to like scratch the back of their throat with a bit.
I wonder if anyone in the history of making, watching, or anything else in this movie has anyone ever given this much thought to that.
I wish that we could pull this shit up right now and just show you. You could point out one person in the entire room and everyone's doing something weird. It's one of those like Christopher Nolan moments where like everybody in the audience is doing something fucked up and strange. Anyway, we don't have to talk much more about this. Just
only a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're introduced to Katie Sackhoff's Jen. We're introduced to Rudy the chef. They talk about being cast in some sort of reality show. The nerd character, who I also thought was going to be something more, comes in and does like the weirdest like sort of warns them, but then he walks. As he's being pushed out of the room, he's going like
No, he's going.
I have a note here that says I'd much rather go to a haunted murderer house than be in the same dorm as this panty sniffer.
Yeah. Danny was like, why do they put their panties so close to the door? And then I said it's so it can attract the perverts from on their floor. And then the next shot is him standing next to it. He's like,
and playing them like
touching
a harp
with it. Yeah. He like puts it close to his face. Yeah.
I think it's because of the popularity of Tom Green in those other movies.
Yeah, that's good for sure.
Like we did a Tom Green type of moment.
Yeah, that was very, for sure. Very Freddy Got Fingered.
Yes.
Yeah, very
road trip.
Yeah, road trip.
Yeah.
Which I think is the next Nightmare on Elm Street movie that we have to review. Freddy Got Fingered.
Road trip?
No, Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah. It's in the lore, right?
Yeah.
If you guys ever do any Tom Green movies.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's going to be like a my birthday month.
Yeah.
Movie, we're not going to do we're kind of like comedies don't work for this format.
Yeah.
Look at my Trey Parker and Matt Stone birthday month from a few years ago. But we find out that Sarah's also talking to some weirdo on the internet and they've never met before. And when they kind of cut over to him, he's like, yeah, sometimes, we're back in the olden days, people would send soliloquies to each other. They would send poems back and forth, and they never met.
Also, his screen name is Deckard. And I'm like, Deckard. Oh wow, this guy's like a pure nerd.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy he'd be like, everything gets lost like tears in the rain or whatever. He's just quoting Blade Runner and shit. Like, sick fuck.
And she's like, I'm just talking to this guy online, and when it cuts to him, he's like, we're dating. And his friend is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then his friend has like upper face paralysis or something. Like only the lower part of his mouth moves and everything else is frozen completely. He's like,
there were some scenes where he was standing and looking because they kind of like deviate away from that character later in the movie, but he's there and he is literally just doing face paralysis, the acting choice.
I mean, I was like, this guy his favorite movie is probably American Psycho. He's douche level just keeps going up and up and up. And I'm like, what can cap the level of like, I don't like this character. And then he shows up they both show up as the characters from Pulp Fiction, I believe, is what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be Sam Jackson's
Samuel L.
character from
Jackson.
and I'm like, oh wow, he really outdid himself here with how much I don't like this character. I
Yeah,
hope
why
he
is
dies.
it
I
seemed
mean,
like
it
he
could
should
have
have
been.
been
It could have been a little worse.
Yeah.
With that costume, but
I think we all
because
agree
he
it
had
could have
an
been worse.
he had a pick in his afro, which
yeah, I
got
mean,
almost
2002.
like-
There was a 50-50 chance that he was gonna.
there was a conversation for
Oh,
sure that this
oh,
kid is
yeah,
in
yeah,
blackface.
for sure,
I
yeah.
guarantee it. There was
Yeah.
a conversation on set that was like, "Do we do it? It
Do we
might make
do
his
it?
character less
That's not
redeemable." It's like
supposed to-
he's supposed to be a face. He's supposed to be a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a shitty. He's
the
a
only
shithead.
reason they didn't do it is because they were like, we won't be able to recognize him if we do it.
yeah.
People won't realize it's him.
When we meet,
Anyway, the character's terrible, but also so is the Deckard character. These two characters are these sort of like rigid but also floppy as fuck characters where it's like there's this rigidity to what they're supposed to be representing as horror tropes, but this like floppy nature where you just don't give a shit, but they also nothing that they do matters up into the point that they're actually communicating with her in the house, right?
True.
So there's like a good 75% of this movie where their characters are just being shown to us for no reason other than that they have to be shown to us because they can't just show up later on. Like they
what
have to
annoyed
have
me was how long it took from us realizing he's going to be man in the chair for the situation that the people in the house are in to him actually being the man in the chair. Like the guy like sending notes back and forth, and how little that actually influenced the outcome, I thought was so dumb. I thought that he should have been like in with them much earlier and warning them much earlier, and then his role would have been much bigger. But it's clearly somebody who the writers of this script were like, I want to do like a man in a chair thing where people are in a reality show and Michael Myers is there and we have to have
there's
him
definitely
sending messages back and forth on a Palm Pilot.
There's definitely there's definitely a version of this script that isn't this movie. Like this seems like it was probably a concept for another movie and they just slapped the Michael Myers character into it, right? Like
okay,
which happens all the fucking time, right? Like a horror script is strong enough that they're like, oh, the concept is good, but like not good enough. So what if we just take this and put it into this franchise and we can put Michael Myers?
I think it's just I think it's just because of the time, like in early thousands, who wasn't chatting on I don't know ICQ,
well, absolutely, yeah,
it was very novel.
If you're more local, like
you
don't really like I don't know, you didn't actually meet up. You just talk to girls until that faded away, which is kind of still around, I guess, when it comes to dating apps. But back then, that was kind of normal. Like,
absolutely,
like putting you in that time period with, hey, here's Michael Myers. So,
but what I mean to say is that like these characters, right? Like Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, and Jason, like they exist in this pantheon of storytelling or whatever, like these franchises where like they'll do gimmicky stuff, but they don't base the entirety of the story on a gimmick. And this is just a gimmick, right? It feels like one of those straight to DVD movie concepts that they've just sort of stitched Michael Myers to in order to put people in seats or whatever, right? It's almost like the Hellraiser franchise did the same thing. After a certain point, Hellraiser was just attaching Pinhead to scripts because they're like, we don't know if this script is going to be strong enough to stand on its own, so they would just attach Hellraiser to it. That's what this feels like to me. He's
barely in. Pinhead's barely in a couple of them. I'm one of the few people on this planet who's seen every Hellraiser movie. And they get progressively worse in a really unique way that it's like there's one where there's the one that's all about like drowning and Pinhead really only appears in like puddles a couple times during the movie, but the rest of it's kind of like a film noir that they clearly were like, this is a film noir that we're writing. Wouldn't it be crazy if we just used the Hellraiser name on it and put Pinhead in it somehow? And then Doug Bradley, is that his name?
Yes.
They just got him to film some scenes.
It's actually Brad Douglas.
Brad Douglas.
He did it for wine.
Yeah. He was like, don't you? Yeah, he's like, I was gonna make a wine joke where he says it's a waste of good bread. Anyway, point made. I think we both I think we both agree that this seems like a horror movie concept that was probably a spec script for something else that they decided to attach it to the
Just
franchise.
like how, you know, like I Know You Did Last Summer. Like,
No, of course, yeah.
We need something. Let's put this guy in this fucking.
But I mean, like when you look at when you look at like the movie we did last week, Jason Takes Manhattan, where it's like that movie was purely a Jason movie. They just wanted to put Jason in Manhattan, so they're like, well, they took several Jason scripts and mashed them together into one Jason movie. Whereas this is like, let's scrape around inside this big bin of horror scripts and be like, this one, an internet movie, when there's a killer in the basement. Okay, that's pretty good. What have we not done in a while? Chucky wouldn't really work. Maybe we could do. So it just seems like the Weinsteins were probably, shuffling through their Rolodexes of horror villains that they hadn't used in a little while. Anyway, we should probably get back to the
we learn a ridiculous score is playing. The music in this sequence is weird as fuck. Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes are the people running this reality show.
I don't remember what it is, but in my mind it's mariachi band music. I thought it was like happy Halloween, everyone. We're here to do it together. You guys, congratulations. Everybody talking to the camera. And this is where we meet. I do kind of like this where we meet all the characters. We sort of get an idea of their at the very least their personas that they want to project to each other and the internet or whatever, right? So it's sort of like a caricaturized version of who each of these people
and then also Busta Rhymes is chewing, like he's not just chewing the scenery, he's having a full 10-course meal on the scenery.
Busta Rhymes only has one acting mode. If you've seen him in other movies, which we've even seen him on this podcast in another not bad. He's not a bad actor. He just has one mode. Yeah. He doesn't have like a ton of range, but like if you put him in there,
he's just a very magnetic guy.
Yes, and he has a lot of charisma, and he has a lot of he's got a lot of presence. He's also like a pretty big guy. I mean, like he's tall and like physically large. So like there is something that is like pleasant to watch about him. But I was talking to Danny.
Oh, it made me miss his hair, man.
I was like, I really think that this guy is a terrible actor, but at the same time, I love every time I see him on screen. Like, I want him to be in more movies.
I love the theory that excuse me. I love the theory that he was just like that. Alex said, I'm just going to make a Halloween movie where I do all the things that I think I would do in a Halloween movie, and I've been thinking about it the whole time. I forgot in my notes here. I wrote down that he's watching Kung Fu in this next scene.
I think that is the genesis.
How could you forget?
I think him watching Kung Fu is the genesis of the making of this movie. I really do.
I don't know how the fuck you could ever forget that, because as soon as I saw Busta Rhymes and Michael Myers standing toe to toe, I yelled at my TV, "We know you know Kung Fu, Busta Rhymes!" And then he used it. He used it. That was a perfect setup and payoff.
Straight up roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Not to jump ahead, but.
And in typical fashion from the Sarah character, she's trying to bail out of this situation the whole movie. And right at the start, her and Rudy are like, "We're out." And she's too scared of this. And Busta Rhymes, he convinces her.
But I mean, she's scared. She's more scared of like the experience, I think, like being on camera for everyone to see. She's not scared of the experience of being locked.
Everyone wants to be famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That weird, creepy speech he gives.
It's the American dream, and then he's like, like sometimes if you just do it, you'll surprise yourself. And he gives like this sort of a pretty good speech, but then like she leaves, and afterwards he's like, "Damn, that was so good." Like I can't believe.
Like he thought they said cut.
Yeah. He literally says, "Give yourself a pat on the back," and then he says, "Oh, I got to get back to my Chun-Li."
Yeah.
So we go over to the girl.
He's the kind of guy who he's watching Kung Fu movies. He's saying like, "Damn, Chun-Li, you're fucking killing it." And then the doorbell rings, and he's like, "Who the fuck is interrupting my Kung Fu movies?" And he's talking. It's like he's talking all the way up until the door, and then looks through the people, and then does like a pervy, like, ooh, ooh.
I'm telling you, Buster Rhymes watched this movie, got really excited about watching it, and then watched a Halloween movie after, and was like, "Whoa, yeah!" And that's what I would do. and then he called somebody. He said, "I want to make this," and they said, "I don't know." And he said, "I can get Tyra Banks." And then,
Like, yep.
then boom,
Tyra Banks is on the
50
line.
million on the table right there.
And they're like,
Get me the Weinsteins.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Whoa. Yeah.
He just tried to roundhouse kick his phone.
yeah.
I did. You know what's hilarious? I have them stacked on beta video cassettes for height.
Whoa. Nice.
I got some old betas lying around.
Oh no, beta.
Oh no.
Who's Steve and Jason?
Terms of endearment.
Yeah, that's what they called me in high school.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Please rewind.
Uh-oh. I didn't.
I don't think I've ever seen a beta in real life, other than in the mirror.
No, cell phone.
Good joke.
Yeah.
The girls are having we go over to them like trying on Halloween costumes. Sarah sees the shape. I thought that she had the sister powers or the niece powers, but no, that's my brain is stupid.
Timeline.
Yeah, this is a different timeline.
Yeah, the niece thing and like part 4 and 5 and 6 don't exist in this. It's part 1 and 2, H2O in this.
Yeah, we've tried to explain this to you several times before,
and it's not your
no. I know that there's like 5 timelines. I know that. It's murky.
I also totally understand why it's hard to keep track of all the different timelines. There's so many of them.
But Miles,
I'm like fucking stupid. I mean, that's what I call it.
Fucking dumb, buddy. The boys talk party. Miles and the other guy are stoked about going to this party. Sarah has a Palm Pilot. So are all the kills going to be a POV situation? As they're giving out the cameras?
This is where I started to get worried, right? Where I'm like, oh no, is this going to be like they didn't have the budget to do like really cool gory stuff, and like they're not going to have good props, and so they're going to rely on this like really shitty grainy camera footage to make the kills just look more acceptable to us?
Well, the answer is yes.
I mean, the answer is yes and no, because there's a couple of good props, but like at the same time, they're not great props. You know, when Bo-Katan's head rolls down the stairs, I'm not like blown away by it. You know, it's not the best fake head.
But when they do the close up of her face, it was a pretty good mold. It was a pretty good head.
Well,
mold.
there's also a close up of her face where it's just her laying there. So it could have
Right.
been, you might have been looking at the real face.
No, it was a was it?
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah.
Well, I'm confused. Tyra and Charlie, they set up some cameras. The shape comes in, stabs Charlie in the neck.
Forgot about Charlie.
Yeah, Tyra misses it on camera because she's like dancing around to R&B and making herself the worst latte in the history of lattes. I think
she noticed this guy making a mistake with the camera and was like, "You got to fix that." And then like she was so Hawkeye like to see that she didn't like the angle, and then it's like, and then she's like, "All right, I trust them to make the right decision from now on." And it's
what she said, she was getting annoyed that he wouldn't pick a shot.
Oh, okay.
She was like, just pick a fucking shot. And then he was like, listen, this is an art, you know, like up high, scary, down low, scary, medium shot. Or, you know, it's boring as hell. And she's like, who gives a shit? And then he's like, he says something about like going to the same school as Steven Spielberg or some shit. And he's trying to find another. But then he's got like the most dangerous tripod in the existence of tripods, where it's like, oh yeah.
Would you ever put that tripod? Like,
those do exist. Those are for like in like the grass and stuff. It's so that you can, if you put the rubber nibs on like, if you put the rubber nibs on like a grass, it can slide. So you need the ones that can stab into the dirt. But yeah, they're also apparently good for killing. And Michael Myers knows that. He knows a good stabbing. He's
like, I should have brought the indoor tripod.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
It took me out of it though when he took the tripod and then handed it to that mental patient.
Yeah. And he said, "Make sure you get my good angle." Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding. See you later, kid.
I want to hear a sexy version of the Halloween theme.
Like
Ding 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 ding.
and then like a wow wow wow.
Yeah.
But so they go into the house. This whole shit begins. I wrote, "What is the point of this even?" I guess it's the Halloween version of found footage.
Yeah. Literally.
Also, Rudy is so obsessed with kitchens that he finds like a spice rack. And the crazy thing about this spice rack is that he picks up a jar of fennel and he's like, "It's expired. Why does it smell so fresh?"
No,
This
what he does is he picks it up and he's like, you want to smell something disgusting? 40-year-old fennel. Because like he just knows what 40-year-old fennel would probably smell like.
Yeah.
And then he smells it and he's like, what the heck? This is fresh fennel. That's our first clue that these guys have staged the house.
Which
It's
is
true, but it's also
No,
Chekhov's.
I thought it was like proof that he was staying there.
well, those rats needed.
But yeah, I don't think he's putting fennel on his rats.
Yeah.
I think this is the very first instance of a Chekhov's fennel
Rat. Chekhov's fennel rat.
Chekhov's fennel, because he uses the fennel. He does that one to Michael later
What
in the
fennel,
movie.
or was it like salt or something?
I thought it was the fennel from
Fresh
before
fennel.
because they spend so much. They spend like 3 minutes on this scene of him being like, "Oh, it's clearly fennel. Why isn't it? It's supposed to be expired. Why does it smell so fresh?"
And then he like blows it.
It's not that long. It's just a couple
Tactical
seconds.
fennel.
He then pulls
I
out a
don't know.
giant knife, and then he's like,
I don't know.
"Do you think this is the one that
first
he?"
act,
Ying,
the
ying.
fennel act, and the third act. And
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the fennel. This is the fennel Halloween.
The fennel act is
Fenneline.
the fennel act is a new thing. That sounds like something that happened after a crime. They had to like create it. Like, the
Fennel
act.
doesn't sound real anymore.
Yeah. Just keep saying the word fennel.
Can we do the scene with the fennel?
I don't know. I have to check the fennel
Which
act.
one?
I fill out like a giant.
There's so
binder.
many.
According to the fennel act, we can do this.
9,000 pages long for some reason. He finds a knife and he wonders if it was the one
14
that
people were arrested under the fennel act last year.
Rudy finds a knife. He immediately is like, "Is this the knife that was used to kill his whole family?"
And
I'm
it's like a
"My
knife
guy."
that you would never use to cut anything with, other than like an actual like pig carcass.
Yeah.
It's too big. It's too big of a knife.
Yeah.
And then this is where
Which
they
is
find
also the
high
knife
chair.
that pegs him to the door later on.
Yeah. Oh, Chekhov's fucking knife, also, I guess.
And fennel.
The fennel act is hard at work today, guys.
Guys, this is actually brilliant writing.
Yeah.
The writer of this movie was like, the writer of this movie was like, we have to have setups and payoffs for every little thing.
Fucking
So I'm just telling you right now: fennel, giant knife, coloring book, and I don't know, a spiky tripod, maybe.
Yeah.
High chair, no payoff for high chair. They just find the high chair. We get a cheap.
There is absolutely payoff for the high chair, Jason. What's attached to the high chair?
Unending evil.
A giant weird key, a weird fucking key that is used to open the secret door in the basement later.
Door in the basement, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where the movie is like, oh, they're doing like an escape room style puzzle mystery. This is like but it looks like a medieval key that shouldn't be attached to this thing. It's like, why is this here? Also, we never talked about how that one guy is just doing like his easiest Jack Nicholson impression, where he's like, wow, gee whiz, what the heck is this thing? A giant key attached to a baby thing?
The Lothario.
Let me touch your tits. Talk smart to me, baby.
Yeah, that was another line that I was like, say some smart stuff. We get a cheap jump scare for the Halloween party when they pop back. We see the Halloween party. One is dressed like a racist Sam Jackson. I'm surprised he didn't do blackface. We already kind of talked about that. Miles sneaks into an office that has a computer. And there's a render on the screen of the house. It turns out he's like dialing up to the
He's logging
Website?
in.
He's
He knows
logging
about this thing. He wants to
Miles
watch
is
it.
such a bitch.
His girlfriend's on it.
Like he's at a Halloween party with real people, real whatever, having a good time. But he's like, no, I gotta leave and watch this fucking thing with my
Twitch streamer's live right now. I gotta go see what he's
Well,
up to.
he never
so I can
wanted to
give him
go
some
in the
money.
first place, though, didn't he? He didn't want to go
fair,
to the party.
but like live your life, man.
And his buddy was like, nobody ever gets like nobody ever goes to these parties at our age. I'm doing blackface.
Yeah. But also, we all know the real reason that he needed him to go. It's so that his costume didn't seem 10 times more racist. He needed to have the other half of the duo there.
No, I am.
He's like, if I go by myself, people will just think I'm a horrible racist. But if I go with you, then at least it's like a duo costume and they'll understand it.
Yeah.
And then a random scene of some trick-or-treaters dropping a pumpkin off on the stoop.
That was so weird.
Home.
I thought they were gonna go knock on the door to be like, "Happy Halloween! Can we get some tricks or treats or whatever?" But
just to let you know that it's still Halloween. You know,
that's true. We need to be reminded.
Too caught up in the reality and the webcam, and you need to know that it's actually Halloween.
And like every time we cut away from the house, everyone's dressed up as a devil or a racist caricature or a boxer. I don't know what the one guy was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they all from Pulp Fiction?
Oh, maybe he because Bruce he was wearing a blonde wig, and Bruce Willis was blonde in that movie. I thought maybe he was supposed to be
dive on this Halloween party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does Tarantino know about this? I mean, he is friends with Weinstein.
Why is this movie? Yeah, exactly. But why is this movie paying so much homage to Pulp Fiction and not other Halloween movies? Also, this just in.
Where did you make that?
Oh my god! Ding 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 ding.
Listen,
ding,
Alex
ding,
Gow
ding,
is a
ding.
legend of the sport of just
whipping up quick stuff.
Yeah. I wrote down this has to be the most boring reality show ever. They actually talk about this during the movie. Miles is going to be the man in the chair, isn't he? American Pie guy keeps sexually harassing Katie Sackhoff.
Oh my god! Like at least maybe 7 to 8 times before.
Yes.
Like
he literally like takes his
dies?
camera off and puts it down her fucking top here.
That's before they even get close to the house. That's when
Yeah.
they're being introduced.
That was in the green room.
Yeah. We never really talked about the other characters that are introduced. We've got American Pie guy. We've got
the same guy from American Pie. Like it's the crossover.
This is the same
Whoa.
character. Yeah, that's how he. That's why.
It's the main guy from American Pie who's
No,
like
it's his twin brother. Then they talk about it. They talk about it briefly in the second American Pie. They're like, my brother got stabbed in the brain last year.
He's the guy who they're all like, you have to lose your virginity or we'll kill you in the first American Pie movie.
And then we have sort of like smart redheaded woman whose name I don't remember. Donna.
Donna, played by Daisy McCracken.
But she's like the kind of person that like flexes her knowledge. She's like constantly everything that she says has something tied up with something that she's learning in school, which is a thing that we already know that the main character is like Sarah is that, but she doesn't do that. She's just like, I'm learning because I want to learn, not because I want to fucking powerbomb people with my my takes on philosophy or whatever. And then we have weird character who at times I'm like, is he doing cocaine right now? Like, I don't know. Cause like there'll be times where he's like, his back is to the camera and he's doing something and then he turns around. And I'm like,
is that the leather coat guy? That guy's name is Jim.
His name is Jim?
His name is Jim.
You know, the funniest thing about that is that on IMDb, they have him listed as oh, never mind. They have him listed as Jim. I'm looking at the wrong picture.
Jim.
He's listed as Bill. He's listed as Jim. But anyway, he has like, we talked about paralysis earlier. I'm like, oh, he does this thing where he like half closes his eyes and doesn't move his eyebrows while he talks and like looks down like he does like a Kubrick sort of stare, and then he'll do like a raising of the eyebrows or something. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the kind of guy we're dealing with. But he's doing a Jack Nicholson basically the entire time throughout the movie.
I always found it as Jack, you're right. And then the dude from the 70s Show.
Yes, the master
horrible
sim.
person. Yes, the master. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I was getting a Hyde vibe for sure. But that was also like, people considered that sort of character alluring or hot or whatever, before we all realized that, those are the kind of guys you need to watch out for.
Yeah.
They might do horrible things to
That's
you.
why he's in a Weinstein movie.
Yeah.
But also that character archetype is a very like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th style, like cool guy character.
Yeah.
Like,
I liked when his character broke though, because it seemed like, the movie understands that he's putting on this for the camera, like he's just being like this because that's what the people want to see, kind of thing. But then like when he gets scared, you see him be scared, and he's not still acting that way when he's frightened.
Yeah.
Or even when he has like a good idea, like when he's the character that remembers about the key, right? So he's like, wait, hold on a second. And like he does like change for a second into like, oh, he's not just like this weird character that he's created for himself. He's just doing that for, not for us, the audience, but for the audience watching on the internet. I thought that was a good choice. I don't know if that was him or the writers or directors or whatever, but it made the character seem like a real character, whereas some of the other characters absolutely don't. Like Pervy,
I can agree with that. Like
in the brain.
He likes smart women too. Like he wants to, like, I think that their relationship in this has like the most weight because they do have a lot of scenes together. They have like the closest to a sex scene, but then also he, like you said, he does that thing.
I don't think that I would call anybody interacting with anybody else in this movie a relationship in any way.
Fair enough.
What about Jamie Lee Curtis?
They may have been paired on screen at the same time together, but there is no relationships happening in this movie at all, except for like the previous already established relationship of the three friends going in who have a non-romantic platonic sort of like for each other, which we learn about later when the two characters smoke weed together. It's very clear that they're not like romantically interested in each other. They just like hanging out, which I was like, oh, that's refreshing. Because like I thought that maybe it was gonna be like a dumb thing where it's like, remember that time we fucking butt fucked in the closet on dorm level 4 or whatever? Didn't happen. They're just friends. Yeah.
Well, Bill, the pervert guy gets Katie Sackhoff to. He's like, "Wait, you flash? You'll be a fucking star."
Need money for your school books?
Yeah, you want to be a star, don't you? Yeah. Let me see them nips.
Yeah, and she almost does. Michael is watching all of this from the shadows because Michael Myers also kind of a pervert. I know that he's waiting to get his kill in, but he is also like gooning a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Michael Myers is the original gooner.
God.
That's what they called him.
Yeah.
Before in the original edit,
movie, he was credited
wasn't
as
the gooner. Yeah, I was going to say in the original cut, in the credits, it wasn't the shape; it was the gooner.
Oh,
some teams, and they were gonna do like a Jason Voorhees style, like, but instead they just had a mask going like.
Isn't that like Black Christmas?
Yes, that is what Black Christmas is. The original gooner. Never mind.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Some teens come into the office where Miles is like watching this shit.
They don't even notice he's there, which is very funny.
Yeah. Why don't you hang out and watch this with me? They're like, of course we will.
No. This is a good joke. You can't skip over this good joke. So they come in and like they don't even notice he's there. He's watching this thing on the TV.
He's gooning.
He's streaming it from the computer to the TV, which is like already genius move. How do you do that in 2002? No one knows. But they try and lie on the desk, and he's like, "Whoa!" And they're like, "Whoa! What are you doing?" And then he's like, "What are you doing, you pervert? You watching fucking porno in here or some shit?" And he's like, "No, I'm watching a thing, the streaming thing. You want to watch it?" And then the guy says, "No," and then the girl says, "Sure," and then the guy says, "Okay." It's this very like stupid cartoony thing. It's pretty good. It's a good thing, but then I realize what's going to happen within this segment of the movie. I'm like, oh, these characters are never ever going to interact with these characters. This is when I've been set in stone to realize that never is this character going to get up from this computer and run over to the house and try and help them. He is stuck there at the chair. He's never going to be there, and the movie is going to suck from this point out. Like, I know.
Even in the same like town.
I don't know, but I thought maybe they could have been.
Yeah.
They did not do enough for me as an audience member to understand how much distance is between them or where they are geographically, if that's even a possibility.
Well, they kind of did, because Sarah's like, I'm talking to this person over the internet. Well, that's a good question, Stratos, because it's like, is he like one town over and they've never met in real life, and they will never
That's what
meet
I'm
in real
saying.
life?
The movie did not do enough for us
Yeah.
to let us understand where they are geographically. I'm sure there is a line somewhere in there, but my one time watching it years ago, when I deleted it from my mind, and my 2 day ago watch where my mind is actively trying to delete it, I'm surprised I'm remembering as much as I did.
I definitely thought there was gonna, like, at the end he was gonna have to like physically go there, like run over.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that, but as soon as they started introing other characters into this room, I was like, I think he's locked in here. And I also hated that, like, everything at this house felt like a sitcom. Like, it was like shot like a sitcom. There was no, they weren't even trying to make it spooky angles, or it was like flat, bold lighting. Like, everything was well lit. And by well lit, I mean like too many lights on. When you go into like a room and like there's too many overhead lights on, and you're like, somebody turn these fucking lights down.
Too well lit.
Yeah, exactly. I need some.
Well, I'm glad that you guys brought up the idea that it was a straight to DVD movie, because I thought it was, but obviously Stratos saw it in theater, so it was not a straight to DVD movie. So,
guys,
do you remember watching this in theater and going
great.
like, why does this look like a TV show in the theaters back then? Or was there enough like grain?
It's that, they're gonna do found footage. Found footage horror is now like really cool and popular. So like, I mean, who looks at that idea and go, this does look like cheap production? You kind of already,
especially when you have that hard edge from the shitty, grainy camera footage to something that looks more professional. But like, you can even tell that opening sequence is shot on film. Like, you can see the grain and stuff in it, and it looks good. And then there are even some pretty competently shot moments within the ladder of the movie. Like, throughout the basement sequence is okay. Most of the stuff in the house is shot all right, but everything at the party looks like it was a B unit, and they just got somebody who was straight out of university who doesn't really understand how to shoot things. And like that, everything in that office where they're watching the movie is one angle, just pushed in. Like, they moved cameras up to get coverage of different characters, but it seems like they're in an actual room. Like, they're not filming anything dynamically.
Yeah,
it's like, let's just get the coverage and we can cut it together.
To feel like the audience on another dimension as well.
But the way it cuts to them is comedic almost. Like, it's like it cuts to them and they're all like, whoa! But it looks like a sitcom, like something from like Nickelodeon or some shit. Like, it's terrible.
We go through like a segment here too, where like it's cutting around to different things happening. Like, Donna and Jim go into the basement. They have a weird sexual conversation down there. There's a commotion upstairs where Rudy and Sarah and Bill like go up to investigate.
Upstairs, you sound like Busta Rhymes, dude.
Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks, it just cuts to them and they just have a glass of wine, which also was like, what the fuck?
I kind of like the wine pouring, because it's a scene where he's presenting dialogue and he's also pouring wine while he's doing it, which can be tricky. I don't know if you've ever acted and had to do like a complicated action like pour liquid into a glass, but it can be tricky. And he pours a little bit, and then he pours a little bit in the other glass, and then he goes back to the first glass and pours like so much more, and then goes back to the other one and pours so much more. And you're never seeing the glasses. And then when he gives the glass to her and takes his, they're so fucking full of wine. It's crazy. So much so that later on in the movie, I made a joke when they go into that room, there's just like that blood everywhere. I'm like, oh, Tyra Banks spilled all that wine they were drinking.
But they do miss Bill getting stabbed in the head on the screen. Michael Myers catches up with them.
Yeah, it's because they're celebrating their job.
How well it's going.
Yeah, this is going so well right now.
Also,
probably
it is crazy because like, wouldn't he have been considered that kid, the actor? He would have been probably the biggest actor out of everybody, maybe at the
Yeah.
time.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
In that group for sure.
Maybe that was like the thing they were trying to pull over the audience's eyes to be like, he's gonna be safe because you guys know him from your favorite pie fucker movie. He'll be in this the whole time.
It's funny to watch it now for the first time, and because I'm like, hey, Katie Sackhoff's in this, and that was like kind of, you know what I mean? That was for me. It's like retrospectively the biggest actor in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, out of everybody in the movie, like Jamie Lee Curtis obviously is the biggest, but I think that she is the biggest, right?
I would say
at that time.
No.
I mean now she is.
I was saying, I'm like,
yeah, the pie fucker
I don't know.
movie.
Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks are pretty big.
Yeah, but they're not big for being actors.
No,
I guess. Yeah, that's a good point.
They're big
Thomas
for
Ian
being
Nichols in the
famous
same
celebrities
year.
who are famous for multiple reasons.
Yeah, like if it was
Right.
Busta Rhymes and Jesus Christ, you'd be like, that's Jesus from Halloween. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was in Halloween Resurrection and Resurrection.
Yeah.
Thomas
The
Ian
Resurrection.
Nicholas from American Pie in the same year. The year previous, he was in American Pie 2. This year, he was in this, Rules of Attraction. And then the following year, he was in American Wedding, which is weird because I don't remember American Wedding being 2003. I was 18 when that movie came out. Jesus Christ, what happened? I got old.
Yeah.
Wow. I went to see that with my aunt who was like pretty straight laced. And I remember there's a scene in that where there's a lot of scenes in that are fucking gross. But like a guy like Jason Biggs
Why would you
shaves
go
his
to an
pubes.
American Pie movie with your straight?
She was like, I want to take you to a movie. And I was like, I don't know, man. American Pie 3.
Yeah, and then you decided not to exercise.
That sounds like
judgment, even though
you did
were
that
18.
to yourself, Jason. Yeah.
I think you're right.
You could have gone to see any other movie that came out in 2003, like Jason versus Freddy.
hey man, classic.
Yeah.
There's a cheap jump scare in the closet where Sarah goes into the closet and like a body falls on her, but it's just like a weird.
It's a dress form
mannequin with a mask.
With a mask on it. Yeah.
Yeah, a dress form with a mask on.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because she goes, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "It's a dress form, you stupid idiot." But then no one answered me. I was like, that wasn't funny.
You were watching that with Danny, who uses dress forms to make cosplay. You have dress forms in your apartment from when they lived with you.
Yeah, and Danny didn't even laugh, so it wasn't funny. Anyway.
The basement squad finds a manhole cover and almost kiss. Sorry, what were we gonna say, Alex?
Oh, I was gonna say, is this like the least memorable guy from American Pie though?
Yes,
he's like the main character. He's the one that like they're all like, you have to lose your virginity.
I know, but I remember him, but it's like
he's the most boring because nothing about him is funny or interesting. He's just sort of like the story.
It's like he's so
he's not Stifler.
If you told me to remember all the guys in American Pie, I would not remember this guy.
He's not Stifler's mom.
It's like the guy from the Hangover movies who gets lost in like looking for him or whatever. It's kind of like that.
You're right. Yeah,
he's not the same guy or from Rookie of the Year, right?
He is this guy from Rookie of the Year.
It is. Yeah, it is him.
Yeah. I guess he just plays really straight, I guess. But
yeah, he's like the discount version of the kid from Princess Bride or whatever.
Yeah. Fred Savage.
Yeah, Fred Savage. Yeah, the guy with the mole in the Austin Powers movies.
Moly. We're gonna do an Austin Powers month.
That was also my other biggest joke in this movie was at the end. They're like, "We got a celebrity for you. It's Michael Myers." And then I was like, she turns around. She's like, "The guy from the Austin Powers movie."
The upstairs crew find a coloring book and a demented toy. Rudy thinks it's all.
Also, have you ever seen a child's coloring book ever in your life? That's exactly what they look like. It looked like they tried to make it be like twisted. You know, it's a twisted
demented freak. He can't even color inside the lines.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, there's something wrong here. And I'm like,
this is mentally deranged.
Yeah, but that toy that looks like was built by Sid from Toy Story was a little bit unnerving.
No, but that was when they found that in Michael Myers' actual thing. His his rat den where he eats rats or whatever.
No, during this segment, there's like while they're looking through the books, they pull this toy up that has like a doll's head on it, and then like it's a carousel, but like arms instead
Oh
of
right,
being-
sorry. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
the one with like the nails coming out of its eyes.
Rat
No,
Yeah.
this is somehow less demented than that. The basement group open a nightmare hole and find a room.
Nightmare.
A random exposition from the kid at the party. They're looking for clues, something that will tell them why Michael went bad. That's another moment where I'm like, are we missing scenes from this movie?
Yes. Also, I wanted to mention something. So, like, there's a moment where something spooky happens and everyone goes, "Whoa!" Like all the people at the party, and like the kid with the blonde hair, who's the kid who's from Freddy versus Jason, he's already there, right next to them, being like, "Holy shit, man, this is crazy!" And he's saying things, and then we go back to the house, and then it cuts in, and then the doors open into the office or whatever, and then that character comes in and he's like, "Whoa, what is this, like that internet movie thing that everyone's talking about?" And I'm like, he was already in there and was already reacting to things.
Because no one likes this party.
They just like cut this shit out of sequence and like he's just there now. Like, no, okay. And that's when I was like, okay, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna watch the movie. I can't think. I'm not allowed to think. Nothing matters. They don't even care when they're going to introduce and then not introduce and then have a new character show up who's already been saying stuff and be like, what are we even watching?
And when they find the chains on the wall, I'm like, oh, he was tied up here. And Donna goes, it's like some sort of sadistic playpen.
Yeah. At this point, I already know the whole house is fake. So I'm like, this is some weird fake bullshit.
But it makes her horny.
Well, she's a horny brainiac.
Yeah. Classic Donna.
Don't you know that the classic villain from Superman, Brainiac, has a chainy sex dungeon in all of his spaceships? Just in case he gets into the mood.
Also, she says, as they're about to like get it on, there's definitely no cameras down here except for the ones on their heads, which is funny because they realize that and they knock them off down to the floor. And the best line of the movie, as I said earlier, is as the kids watch them literally have sex, because as they drop the cameras, they're faced perfectly at them making out.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks totally they put counterweights in those things so that like when they fall, they like pivot automatically towards the most heat signature thing in the room.
Yeah.
And then the Jim says, say something smart, as he's fucking getting hard.
Actually, he says it like this: say something smart. Oh.
And then you know what happens then? The wall breaks and a bunch of corpses fall out. But then they immediately discover that the corpses are made in Taiwan.
So no one gonna ask like, how the fuck did the wall fall down? Like, do they have like a pump in there or something to like pump the wall down? Like,
I think that's what it was, because they cut back to Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes being like, it worked. So I guess.
But did they like hit a button to be like, dum, 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 dum,
yeah,
like
that must be what they did.
I guess. But you know, you guys ever seen like House on Haunted Hill? Like
they installed a titty operated like wall collapsing unit or whatever.
Yeah. Like, if anybody walks into this room and the titties are exposed, it'll operate this fucking pump, and the pump will start thumping, and this wall will collapse. Have you ever seen the movie like House on Haunted Hill, like the Vincent Price like movie where he's like trying to make everybody scared in his mansion or whatever, like, come to my house and I'll show you horrors you've never seen before. Like it's almost like they're trying to do that in this, but it's like they don't explain anything about how they were able to set these things up, and it seems like they don't have a lot of money except for to rent all this really expensive equipment and have.
When they were setting it up, though, did they not see on the other side that there was Jason's weird home? Though, did they not even for?
This is the other thing is that I thought that maybe that was going to be like Jason.
It was
Michael, the Shape. Let's just call him the Shape, or would we call him the Gooner? The Gooner's on the other side. He's over there gooning hard, and he sees and then he accidentally like bumps into the Made in Taiwan severed limbs or whatever, and they all fall over. But yeah, I assume that the grunge between that and you know what? No, I'm trying to like defend it, but I don't think there's any defense there. They would have smelled the rotting rats.
Taiwanese skeletons in the wall and not seen the hole into the rat den.
Yeah, the rat den. Also, the rat den would smell.
And it's
Yeah,
right
but-
there. It's
That
not like
rat's-
it's down a hallway. It's like right there on the other side.
What's with that rat? How is that rat still squeaking, dude?
Yeah. Its guts were out on the
Where's
grill.
the
too.
resilience of rats, dude?
He also
He
has
was
a
like
grill.
Michael was mid-meal on that rat. Left.
Yeah, and the skeleton fell out of the wall. He was like, "Holy fuck!" And he dropped his rat and like
Shit.
straight up,
Yeah.
climbed
So-
up into the rafters.
The hell's behind
Speaking
the
of,
No, he does it with one arm.
Yeah,
Alex.
the Gooner is skulking, and now we've discovered that there's two mics. Oh, one is Busta Rhymes. He berates the real Michael and tells him to go to the back door and bust in because you're not ready. We're not ready for you yet.
Bust the door.
Yeah.
Bust the door.
There is a good Busta Rhymes joke there from Jason saying busting the door down, but I also think that there is a joke that could be made about what if that was just Michael Myers who is berating the other guy? Like, it was and that's his real voice, and this is the first time that we ever heard his voice.
He just sounds exactly like Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
The thing about the Busta Rhymes in a mask that drove me insane is they didn't ADR it. And they just heard him talking like this.
I love it.
Man.
I love it so
I also
much.
love how tight the mask is around his head.
Yeah.
Yes. His eyes are bulging out of the fucking eye socket.
It seems like they just took the regular mask that the other guy wears, and they're
Yeah.
like, "We didn't make another one." He's like,
Yeah,
"Don't worry, I'll fit."
Your hair is too long.
Yeah.
Let's
This
go.
is my movie after all.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
way funnier when like the fact that it's so
Yeah.
tight
Oh,
and like and his
For sure.
voice is all fucked up. You can just feel, you can imagine it on your own mouth and your lips like struggling to talk inside that mask as it's
Yeah.
touching every part of your face. It is very
And
funny.
you're like, oh, that's why Michael Myers doesn't talk. He doesn't want to sound like an idiot.
It's true.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So Dawn in the basement finds the path through the wall.
Do you think that anyone's
Uh,
ever seen that clip and just thought that that's what Michael Myers sounds like?
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah,
because
someone walked by a TV once and it just
Yeah.
it was on. And
they're like, "Oh my god!" I didn't
But they know
that
from
Michael
pop
Myers
culture
sounded-
that that's Mike Myers. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was like, why does he
I don't
sound
think
so
that
weird?
I don't think I think he says like you're not Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers.
They what? They think it's Charlie, right?
He thinks it's Charlie, the cameraman who went
Yeah.
missing.
Charlie, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. But I like how they've like, oh, that is Michael Myers, so they emphasize on his breathing.
Yeah.
Or like, but it sounds like
classic Charlie.
Charlie, he needs.
Extremely
Didn't he say
labored
you need
breathing.
your inhaler or something? Like, look at your inhaler.
So Dawn in the basement finds that path through the wall. This is where Michael's clearly been staying. There's a murdered rat half alive, and the shape shows up and kills her on a spike at the end of like a weird hallway, which is brought back up later. So Chekhov's fucking hallway as well.
Schrodinger's hallway.
Schrodinger's hallway.
If you go down a hallway,
Is there something?
is there something there or isn't there?
Was it the gate? The weird gothic gate?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a weird gothic gate, and they keep zooming in on the spike, and I was like, oh, okay, you don't have to do that 4 times to
So,
know how she's going to
This is
die.
the thing that,
And then when she's stabbed, she gets slowly pushed through the back, but when it cuts to the front of her, and it goes straight up out like outer chest. Like that's not how
so the
any of
movie
that
did
works.
something successfully here for me, which was because they kept showing it over and over, the spike. I was like, oh, maybe this is Busta Rhymes and he's accidentally gonna kill her. Like he doesn't realize that it's there, and then he's gonna kill her by accident and be like, damn.
Don't
He's gonna say something crazy.
Flip one is the greatest.
But as soon as it went on like a little bit too long, and then she's like when she started slowly going through it, I was like, okay, it's not. But like that would have been an interesting thing to do, right? Like Busta Rhymes accidentally kill somebody trying to scare them. Like that would have been kind of cool.
Would be good.
I would like to point out that Michael Myers is holding a knife in his hand while he's doing it. So
Well,
this one was for sport.
But he was. Oh yeah. Oh, like he could have stabbed her. Right.
But I couldn't just
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like playing
Brutality.
Mortal Kombat, right? You want to use the environment when you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the achievement for 50 environmental kills.
Yeah.
Back at the party, Miles knows this is all real. He clocks it, but the rest of the
He
people
says
at
it
the
like
party are
20 times, and they're all like, "You're a
"This
pervert."
is
You
so
can't-
fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
This
it
is-
probably said it to the chair too. They didn't show that. They
Yeah.
look at the chair. He's like, "This is real. The chair's real." Eventually, he was right.
Yeah, he kept. It seemed like there was going to be a
Skeletons come out
part
of the
where
wall. Those are real skeletons, you
there's
guys.
skeleton. Those are bones, real bones.
Real bones.
It felt like there was going to be a part where they were going to kick him out of that office, and like someone else was going to be in the chair, and like he would have had to run to the house or whatever. But like it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And then everybody started cheering him on, which I'm like, okay, this is nice, but at the same time, what the fuck movie is this? Like we've got this like one movie that's like a hacker experience, and this other movie that's like a Michael Myers / Wreck, or like what's that quarantine movie or something? You're like, what's happening?
I have a note here that says this movie was sponsored by the concept of email, because of how many times they were like, "I'm gonna send you an email," and then like all the weird.
There was a part where it's like, and it doesn't count if it was on Yahoo Chat. He's like, it does count on Yahoo Chat. Yahoo Chat counts more than most conversations. You're like, okay, these people love Yahoo Chat. I don't think I ever used Yahoo Chat. It's like probably the same as any messenger.
Yeah, Yahoo Instant Messenger was a thing.
MSN
AOL,
or whatever.
and then
AOL, ICQ, MSN Messenger was a big one.
Yeah, that's where.
Crazy how many there were back then.
I feel like this movie could have been made now in like a streamer. Like if you just make it a bit less like reality. It's not a reality TV show. It's like a Twitch stream.
Yeah,
I feel like this movie easily gets made now.
And it would probably be better, maybe, because of the fact that like you could show the whole thing through the stream, and it would probably be.
That's actually like points towards this movie. I'm realizing that like we're literally streaming on Twitch right now.
Yeah,
and
I feel like
if
this
Michael
movie
Myers
predicted
came up
these
behind
things.
me and yeah,
and stabbed you,
mind you, there was that recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre in that one scene where they're all on it. They're like live,
right?
While the whole thing, and that's I don't know. It didn't really.
Oh, I also,
Yeah,
I don't think that you should ever do this kind of gimmicky shit for any of these characters. There's
just, it's like they're because of the time, right? 2002. It was so heavy on what we're saying.
Yeah, it
also,
was
Stratos, I don't want to frighten you, but there's somebody gooning behind you right now. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm gooning him.
He's gooning me.
When does sex end and gooning begins?
I'm all about the goon.
So Jen and Rudy get high because why the fuck not? Sarah encounters the shape. Rudy gets got. This whole sequence where
the spice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, my eyes.
Gold dust.
Yeah, the gold dust maneuver, as we like to call it.
How am I the one to make that reference?
Michael grabs her, but it's Busta Rhymes. They call him out. He also says they are boring and they want to give him the razzle dazzle, which was a funny little moment. He turns the feeds off to be like, listen, we are in the middle of a situation where I don't know that the actual Michael Myers exists yet, but we also all need to act freaked out. And also we got to give him the razzle dazzle or else we won't make money. And the whole point of this is to make money. Meanwhile, I'm still in the headspace that's like, this shit is so fucking boring from somebody watching it, even though it keeps showing the people in the host party being like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's just a bunch of people running around and like falling over from the point of view of the people watching it.
I mean, if I saw that in 2002, I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you would have just been excited about the idea of watching a live stream on the internet. You'd be like, holy shit.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know.
This guy has a computer in his house.
Yeah, what the heck? Computer.
Go on a Yahoo chat back in that time frame. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Make loud noises while people were talking over, and just thought that was like the fucking bee's knees.
Yeah,
it is kind of like
in its early age was the funniest shit
Yeah.
you could ever. You would laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yeah.
it is kind of like Tom Green having his own podcast in his like home before anybody streamed yet, you know, like I guess you're right. You have to think about it through the lens of 2002. Thinking of it through the lens of 2025, like I see it from Busta Rhymes' point of view. I also see it from Busta Rhymes' point of view after he gives this like monologue about how make it interesting.
Yeah.
He goes tee hee 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 around a corner. Like, he
that
like
whole, like,
scurries away.
He does. He does like a slink around the corner. It's pretty good. But
like,
I mean, you're right. But you know, if they were to try and do something like this now, it would be from the entirety of the story would be told through the perspective of the Twitch streamers, right? Like it would be us talking, watching it.
It would be like a Twitch Blair Witch, basically.
Yeah,
Blair Twitch.
Blair Twitch.
Like a new Jason movie. You're gonna see something like this.
Yeah,
I hope not.
Unfortunately,
it is going to happen.
I don't want it.
Well,
They're like, I'm getting an email. Hold on, and it just says like,
it's Jason.
He's behind you.
It just says key ma over and over. What does that even mean?
Blah, blah,
Jason.
blah. Jen finds the attic. The others discuss what to do. Rudy and Sarah are going to quit. Jen finds Bill, who's been murdered. The shape appears and cuts her head off. Her head rolls down the stairs. And
this is like the dumb moment where it has to happen in a horror movie like this, where this guy just revealed that he's the one who's been walking around. But I think the issue with this movie is that like he just told them like almost like minutes ago for us, and then they see him upstairs. And then she's scared, and then it happens, and they're like, "We don't believe you because of what just happened 2 seconds ago." It's not like we don't have like 20 minutes to stew on it and shit. Also, like we don't have any time to stew on it because we already know that it's not true. This is like the muddy stew of a movie like this, where it's like we already know that he's real, and we know that what's happening is going on, which is also one of the down points of attaching an IP to something like this. It would have been far more interesting if we didn't know that Michael Myers was real and this was a world where like Michael Myers was just whispered about. But here we are. We know everything is true, and we know that he's actually killing people because several people have already died. And now we have to deal with this nonsense where it's like we already know that it absolutely is him. Was there a second for any of you watching him come out that you thought it was Busta Rhymes? No.
I didn't even think about the idea that they were trying to make me think that.
So the only thing, exactly. So the only thing that we're concerned about is whether or not they're going to understand this before or after the head rolls down to their feet, because we know she's dying for real. But like, what is the scene?
You could have had someone be like, "Wow, that was a crazy effect" or whatever.
And it's.
But you know what kind of took me out of it?
Just bad.
When Michael Myers shows up at the top of the stairs and was about to cut off Jen's head, when he pulls the knife up, it goes shing.
They do that a lot in this movie. There's a lot of Foley that is there, and there's a lot of like. There's a ton of that.
Karate.
There's so many like hand whipping in this movie, but I kind of like it though, because like I was watching. I love a good thwip, and like I love it when it's appropriate and it's not overused. So I watched the first It movie the other day, not the TV series, but the one that came out in 2017 or whatever.
Yeah,
and there's like a part where there's a part where like the clown like grabs the girl and she's like, "I'm not scared of you," and like he pulls her in to like sniff her, and there's like and like he didn't need to put that in there, but it makes it so much more intense. And then he's like, he sniffs her, and then he moves, and then there's another like as he pulls her away, and it's like, and you hear all his bells jingling, and I'm like, it's such a good kung fu movie moment thing.
Which is great, but
scarier, and
Pennywise is kind of a dream nightmare man. Like that's not really happening in reality. That's happening in a reality he creates for you. In the reality of this movie, I just thought it was funny that when he raises his blade to cut her head off, not the if it went shing when it cut her head off, I'd be fine with that. I just thought it was funny that it goes shing. It's a nitpick. I apologize.
It's like when people
wasn't saying you were
point a
wrong.
gun up and it goes chip chip.
Yeah. Or like there's you're holding it tighter, you're just gripping the metal a little bit tighter, yeah.
I think more people brandishing blades should have a fucking shotgun.
I like when in like a movie where like the rain hits the blade and it's like
yeah.
Like that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. If you put a knife out in the rain, it doesn't go bling ding ding ding. It doesn't sound like a wind chime, but like it's cool in certain situations. It depends on the situation. The sound effect is not wrong, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the situation in which the sound effect is in is wrong. They could have used a better shing and it probably would have worked better for you guys.
You're right.
I wrote they killed Katie Sackhoff too early.
Well, she was like played off as like the annoying friend character.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised she didn't get murdered earlier.
I don't know if she was played off as that. I think that she was that.
I just
was
like
that
her.
character.
I just like her. So I was like, oh, I wanted her to be in more of the movie because now there's
it took me too long to realize who she was too. I was like, why does she look so fucking familiar? But it's just a young Katie Sackhoff, which is like something you don't really
see. She's here.
Yeah. The shape grabs Jim by the head and crushes it. His eyes start to bleed. He's dead. Rudy and Sarah battle Mike.
Also, when he was getting his head crushed, he went, "Now this is what I call a jack attack." As his head was being crushed, he said that.
Rudy actually manages to hit Michael with a rolling pin. That's just when he gets the fennel to the eyes. Chekhov's cooking fennel powder. And here's a funny moment that I love from this movie. I thought this is actually great. This is a 1 point for this movie. A 0.1, let's be real. Double knifes Rudy to the wall, pulls out another knife, triple knifes him, shows him from the front with the 3 knives, and then a great shot from the back of just one knife.
Yeah,
with blood coming out of it.
He stabs him with the 2 knives that he was trying to fight him with, and then he uses that big ass knife that like earlier he was like, "Is this the knife that he killed people with?" And the only person that he kills somebody with that knife with is him, which is that's pretty good.
Yes, here.
Yeah. So if we're playing the like who's left in this movie, you're like Sarah is the only person left. There's 20 minutes left in this movie somehow. What the fuck are you talking about? Sarah tries to warn Miles. They're communicating via Palm Pilot. She stifles a scream. She escapes at the window. There's the endless bad slow-mo that keeps making me nuts in this movie. Mike chases her up to the top of the roof, which is a callback to one of the Halloween movies, where they go up to the roof, right?
Part 4?
Halloween roof.
Halloween
yeah, there's also
roof.
He breaks like the window with his fucking face.
Yep.
In this movie, with he just like smashing his face.
I think after 4, he was just like, I might as well just use the front of my forehead. It seems
this mask is pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's filled with evil.
But he's saying it like as the kids say it now. It's just tough because it's like,
yeah. When I got this mask off screen,
it's pretty tough. It's made of pure Beskar. Yeah.
As Mike chases her up, he gets to slash into one of her heels or her like the back of her fucking thigh or whatever. We see Charlie from Charlie, was that his name? We see him from earlier up there. She climbs back down through the attic. So I wanted to ask you guys about this segment because this was confusing to me. Did she go through a window to climb back down to see Bill hung upside down on that ladder, or did they literally just cut and then she's climbing down? Because this was a weird.
She saw Bill. What? Bill hanging on the ladder.
So they're up on the roof, right? And then
I understood.
Seconds later, she's climbing down the ladder from the attic. But I didn't.
I think it's like the T-Rex paddock in Jurassic Park, where there's a T-Rex and a goat, and then in the
Right.
next scene, there's a cliff that the car can fall off.
Okay.
I think they just enough shit was happening that unless you're really analyzing it, that eventually you only realize in retrospect that the cliff wasn't
If you
there.
break up enough shit with a lawyer trying to run into a bathroom and then get eaten by a toilet
He was trying
T-Rex,
to pull.
then no one's going to remember about the fact that there was no cliff there earlier.
Yeah. When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's what they said, and they put her on
That's
that
what
ladder.
he says.
Is Charlie outside? Hanging from the outside? I can't remember.
Well, he's hanging from Charlie's up on the roof. She
Like on the roof.
sees-
Doesn't mean he's
clocks
outside.
that. Michael makes it up there, and then the next scene is her climbing down a ladder from the attic, which is like, does she go
Yeah.
in a window and then
But my
down?
point is, Charlie died like during the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Would he like bring his body up there and
I assume that's
day? And
Yeah,
he in the neighborhood was
Just
like,
for the scare.
He had
It's
like,
a heavily decorated Halloween house.
Yeah, that place.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier about how Michael Myers just has this weird thing where, like, if the final girl is trying to escape him, all of the horrors from previously in the movie have to be set up one by one for her to see. So at least, like, that's a semblance of a Halloween thing.
Jason's done that. Freddy's done that.
Jason's done it. Freddy's done it. Freddy will
Michael
do it
Myers
too.
has also
in
done
Nightmare.
it. Like, this is
They
not.
did it in Jurassic
Well,
Park.
that's
with
my
Samuel
point,
L.
Steve.
Jackson's
That's-
arm.
They did in Jaws.
Jaws did it.
Jaws does it better than anybody.
Jaws does it better than anybody over here. But then it's revealed that Freddy is in fact still alive. That's Busta Rhymes, and they're gonna escape together. So this is the scene now where Mr. Freddy, played
Did we
by
answer
Busta
your
Rhymes.
question, Jason? You've just been talking for so long. Every time we tried to give you a little tidbit of what we thought about what you were saying, you would just interrupt us.
No, you did. You did.
Okay.
It makes no goddamn
I think
sense.
Alex is
Stratus
the best,
said it
which is
best.
like Jurassic Park rules. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also Stratus said it best as well. So everybody contributed. Freddy, also Busta Rhymes' name is Freddy.
Yeah.
Huge call.
What's his last name? I wonder.
Frederick Rhymes.
Oh, not Frederick Krueger. Okay.
Frederick Rhymes. Mr. Freddy.
Frederick Rhymes.
He 1v1s the shape.
He does. And he does a good job. He kicks him straight. His ass gets kicked out a window.
I wrote,
yeah.
is Busta Rhymes the most
Like-
effective Michael Myers adversary of all time?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
I think it's the car in part 4. The
car in part 4.
It's them
Okay,
into that.
I was gonna say, what's his name? Ken Foray in one of the zombie movies. If we count them,
yeah, in the bathroom stuff.
yeah, Ken Fury like fucks Michael Myers up, but ultimately dies.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Ken Fury is like also like a horror icon who's been in like a million horror movies, and he's like a big man I think in that movie that's where he gets his coveralls from.
Yes.
What's his name?
Yeah. Ken Fury?
Oh, I don't know.
Ken Fiore.
Is it Fury or Fury? I always said Foray.
Yeah.
Ken Foray. Foray.
Oh, I know this guy.
Dawn of the Dead, right?
Dawn of the Dead, yeah.
Yeah. Original.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know this.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in like a million horror movies. As well.
Yeah, man. There's no room in hell. The dead will walk here.
Yeah.
We're infamous.
I was in Zone of the Dead. I watched
Zone of the Dead. Welcome to Zone of the
Not a
Dead.
George A. Romero movie.
Well, I wrote down like that's another film franchise that has like sort of branching paths based on the directors and based on like who owns the rights. And I watched Night of the Living Dead, and I started researching it, and it splits off in a weird way. So I have all these movies like listed out in like the order that they came out, and I'm very excited because I like zombies. I'm gonna watch all of them.
I have the Italian like box set from Zombie and on, and by part 5 it's birds.
Spoilers for the zombie franchise.
That's
Or the franchise.
That's one of
I
those
guess.
series that like that one actually grosses me out. Like I can't.
Yeah,
It's too gross. It's too gross for me. Yeah.
The eyeball.
It's from the first zombie onward. It's like it's too much pus. I think it's the pus that gets me.
Classic, like
yeah,
over the top. Like here, let's do a close up of pus
of just like, and it will only be like pus coming out of like a tiny hole or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, look at all that pus. Yeah, they found like a good way to like mix it so it looks like blood, and like the pus has been under there for like weeks and weeks or whatever, and it's so nauseating. And like sometimes me and we would sit down to like watch a movie and we're like, what do you want to watch? You want to watch this and this? And I'm like, well, let's watch one of these that we've got on our list or whatever. And we put zombie on and we're trying to eat like chicken nuggets and sriracha and mayo. And I'm like, oh god,
this is making my mozzarella sticks very unappetizing.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like the album cover to Metallica Load. It's blood and semen. Anyway, Sarah uses the camera to try and choke the shape. Why did Busta decide to do the Miss Piggy Hayat karate bullshit? He keeps being like, "Hiya, hiya,"
because he was watching the movies.
Yeah, this is a perfect setup.
Right, it's the huge setup, the foreshadow.
Yeah.
He also doesn't do a bad job. Like he clearly, I don't know if he's taken some classes or he just watches the form and like has perfected it immaculately in his motel rooms that he's been staying in for years. But he does kick the shit out of Michael Myers a little bit.
Dude gets like what, kicked out of a window? Are we at that part and is hanging?
We're right here, yeah. Well, she jumps on his back and like wraps the cord around his neck of
Happy Halloween, Tim.
What was it? I don't remember what it was. It was like a.
She pulls the camera down out of like the corner of the room and like wraps around his neck.
Oh, it's a camera cord. Okay.
Yeah, we get that out of like him being.
Yeah, and then he kicks him through the window, which I think is also an homage to the fourth. No, not the fourth one. The third one.
It was an homage to Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah. I wrote
Halloween. The big window that he gets blown out through, like it happens, and yeah.
I wrote Michael hanging like a chump. LOL.
Also looking like Jason in Jason 3.
True.
This is like a
before the axe hits the head.
Yeah.
Freddie confirms that the room under the house was in fact being lived in for the last 20 years, or there's conjecture that he realizes that. They get a message that Michael's still alive from miles over the Palm Pilot, and that he's right next to them. He survived and cut himself down, and then also is just standing right there next to them because he is.
It's a good shot. I like them looking through the window and then like Busta Rhymes being like, "Oh shit!" They pull back and it's like over there. They're like, "Where is he?" And then it like pulls back.
I appreciate that he like went really like inserted himself into the situation to help people. Like, he could have gotten away. Like he was not locked in. You know what I mean? Like he was very like.
But he's like, I gotta get Sarah.
Yeah, he's like, I put these people in this situation. I'm getting them out of this situation. You know what I mean? It was very like
because he wasn't looking for, and as we know, a stern talking to from Busta Rhymes will cause Michael Myers to turn his coat and go hunt somebody else for a minute.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
They find triple knife Rudy stuck to the wall. Mike's in pursuit. They go down to the basement. They find Donna murdered. They stop showing the camera point of view. She gets out. Sarah gets out. She gets slashed again. She's trying to like cover the hole in debris as she gets out. Another interesting thing with this is like, as she goes into the room where Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes were like filming this all from, she finds that big puddle of blood. But even though she covered up that manhole, Michael Myers is right there again. Like he's just made it through. So he's, that's that upper arm strength that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
She slips in Tyra Banks's blood,
which is the call, by the way.
What? Sorry, what?
Slips in blood is a callback to part 2 because it's the same director.
Right.
See, this is the thing that this is one of the things I kind of like about this movie. I feel like a lot of this stuff are callbacks to the previous movies, like almost like it's kind of a shitty movie, but it's almost like a best of the Halloween tropes.
Even
because in the
guy's head, that's like a callback to part
yeah. And then in this next bit where the fucking room light's on fire, that reminds me of the end of Halloween 2, right? Like where the
It's weird though, because like this movie didn't really work, right? Like in the way when it comes to callbacks from other movies, like, you know, we've done all of them now. We've done all the Freddys, we've done all the Jasons. Like most of these movies don't really call themselves back all that much. Usually what they're trying to do is come up with creative ways to get rid of people on screen. But like the Halloween movies have never really been about the creativeness of how Jason can kill or the Shape can kill people.
Yeah.
It's more
the Shape
so
is much more brutal. Like he's much more brutalistic.
but it's also much more realistic and frightening because he's just a scary monster. But when we watched something like Freddy versus Jason a couple weeks ago, like that was meant to be like, let's put the greatest of both of these guys, a mashup track. They're two artists working together. Let's take the best of both worlds and mash it together and see what happens. And you can have the best of, but you can also have a couple of original kills in there. And it works so well. And then you watch something like this where they're trying to do callbacks, but like they're not really making the movie better, and they're not even making them worse. Even it's just kind of like it doesn't land, and it's not making me think back to the other movies. It's just making me think like everything about this movie feels wrong. Like it doesn't feel like a Halloween movie to me. It feels like a Jason movie or a Freddy movie or a Chucky movie. Like I won't even put Chucky in there because like Chucky is his own.
Chucky's a different.
Chucky's his own independent being. He doesn't.
Chucky doesn't have a bad movie, in my opinion.
All right.
That's right.
For another time.
If you compare Chucky's like movies, they all feel like they're in the same universe, and they all feel like the next one is the next part of the story. Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers all go all over the place in quality. I feel like not Paul Dini. Who's the Chucky guy?
Brad Dourif? Oh, Don Mancini.
Don Mancini had a clear vision, and his worst movies are better than the worst movies from any of the other three franchises from the Grimoire.
Wow.
I mean,
I like Chucky.
That is a big opinion. I don't know if I disagree, but I don't know if I agree either. I'd have to have a conversation, an in-depth conversation, maybe a new podcast, not starting at the end of another.
Yeah. Fair. And I learned it all from watching you, Steve.
Oh, I mean, I love Chucky. Chucky's my favorite one, but you know, I love Freddy.
Jason's my favorite one, and not just because of the namesake, because of other reasons.
Veer off with who's the Mount Rushmore for everyone? A quick.
Well, I think the Mount Rushmore is this Grimoire of Familiar Killers. I think it's Freddy, Jason, Michael, Chucky, and Look, we're going to be veering off into like where does Ghostface fit into that? Where does Leatherface?
Where does Ghostface go into this?
Stratos, let me reverso to you. What's your favorite scary movie? Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore: Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, and Leatherface.
Okay.
There's no question.
That is not as radical as I was expecting from your reaction to Jason's.
And it goes back to the iconic photo they all took together in 1987. It's in a Fangoria magazine. It's iconic. They actually got the actors at the time to sit in this wicked set and take a picture of the four of them while they're all filming in all different movies.
That's cool.
It is like, there's nothing else. Ghostface doesn't belong at all. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Those are just kids in
I agree.
Costumes.
Yeah. I agree that Ghostface doesn't belong. I think that Chucky absolutely belongs. He is actually maybe not as the face in the Rushmore, but like maybe he's the architect of the
But yeah, he runs. I think Chucky runs with the others.
Yeah, he's up there for me. I mean, he's
a
my
little bit
favorite
funny,
one.
though.
So, okay, how about this? We have our Rushmore, and then we have a Statue of Liberty, and that's Chucky. Chucky's like, all right, it's whatever. Yeah. I don't think you guys really need me, so I'll just be over here holding this torch up for anybody who needs killing.
I figured if I was to die by any of them, like the 4, I get it. But like a Chucky, like that's embarrassing. Like,
oh, Chucky doesn't come up to you and be like, let's fight tough guy.
No, I get it. But even if he like jumped behind me and I'm like, whoa, oh, he's got like a
you would have already like stabbed
my
me
neck.
through the
I'd
legs
be like,
several
okay,
times.
buddy,
Run.
back off. Like, get off me.
Right.
You weigh like 10 pounds.
I don't know. Alex, how do you feel?
I don't think I could take Chucky, but I don't know. I think it's more my own inadequacy than Chucky's mystical powers.
You know what? From my own personal viewing, I would actually replace Chucky with Pinhead because I haven't seen a single Leatherface. I haven't seen a single Chainsaw.
I mean, Leatherface is also
Texas Chainsaw
very
Massacre,
scary, and I don't think that I could ever survive against, particularly him. Like he just comes
okay.
and grabs you. Yeah.
Well, I'm jumping ahead, but like once you get to part 4 of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger, trust me, it is batshit crazy but amazing.
He's like, holy hell, has this guy got some sort of leathered face?
I think that I might even put in because of how much Final Destination 3 affected me, the fucking whatever. Put that.
You're like, well, how about
pipes? Put a truck
Just a
full of
flat
pipes on
face.
Mount Rushmore.
Who was
It's
it?
just a square, it's a rectangle.
The dude from Candyman, who like
Yeah, well, it would be the dude from. It would be
Todd. Yeah, Tony
yeah,
Todd
Candyman.
as
yeah.
the
Yeah,
concept.
Tony Todd.
Todd.
And he has a double meaning because he's the Candyman was a very effective movie for me as well.
That first
Candyman is
Actually, that movie
Yeah.
is. So remember we were talking earlier about how like movies don't really scare me anymore. Like the Candyman movies, if you watch them now, they're still pretty effective when it comes to.
Yeah, I watched Candyman last year on my own, and it's got some stuff in it that actually affected me similarly to Final Destination 3, where it just comes down to how you set up scenes and set this like foreboding, ominous.
I would argue that like
plot.
What you're saying is absolutely correct, but like it's also giving you like familiarity where like you're seeing these building units and these communities that you walk through every single day that are absolutely part of your life and that you've walked through, and then like seeing that there can be like a haunted section of it that you never even considered a thought for, and then but there's this whole other like darkness
That's
to it.
that's all of that is true and that's correct, but the bonfire bit at the very end of Candyman fucking has stuck with me the whole time. Yeah.
I went to see which zombie movie was filmed near us? Was it the Dawn of the what was it?
The remake too, yeah, in the mall.
Yeah, the Dawn of the Dead remake. I went to see that with my friend, and they shot part of it in front of his house. Sick. And there were zombies ran in front of his house, and it freaked him out too much, and he left the movie. We left the theater because he's like, I can't handle it.
That's my house.
Literally, yeah, the zombies ran past his house, and I was like, yeah, I guess that is pretty freaky.
I get that. I watching what's that movie? The Halifax movie. The one
Fly Away Home.
Nope.
I saw that in theaters. You know, those gooses, they got home.
The one that's the guy that does the Dark Side.
There can't be too many Halifax movies, man. Get it together.
Is that Hudson and Rex, the TV show, or is that
the Trailer Park Boys movie?
Not the Trailer Park Boys movie. Jason Eisner made the movie Hobo with a Shotgun, and Hobo with a Shotgun, as goofy and funny as it is, had some stuff in it that actually made me like recoil a bit. Like it's like that's got some good horror in it, and that actually takes place in so many like locations that I've grew up in and walked through, and like I get what your friend Alex experienced seeing a zombie movie literally filmed on his front lawn. You know,
cool.
So I get it. So anyway, Jen 1v1's the shape with a chainsaw.
And I was like, oh, Evil Dead. This is an Evil Dead reference.
Yeah.
Cool. They're actually doing, and then, she slices him a bit, right? She gets him
But not even. It keeps like hitting him. Like that
But
was
I
the
think
weird part.
this is the movie telling us that like a chainsaw is actually not a really good thing to attack somebody with because
They're heavy.
Yeah.
They're heavy, and also if you hit someone with it,
If you
they're
went
gonna
over,
they'll
if
be
you
able
like
to pull it away
jumpsuit
from
on.
themselves. It's not like a hot magma blade that just cuts through them like butter.
It's just
Like,
gonna get caught in his fabric and
yeah,
just
yeah.
I thought it was more about showing the strength of Michael Myers and less the tactical weaknesses of chainsaws.
I don't think that you can attack someone with a chainsaw and have it work right in the way that you. It's
Yeah,
like you just
Steve's
said,
right.
like,
Leatherface
unless
is
it's
off
bare
of Mount
flesh.
Rushmore.
Yeah, get him down.
No way, man.
He can keep his leather face, but he can't keep his spot up
Yeah.
there. But what you said, like it gets caught in the fabric, which is like absolutely like that'll catch up in the gears. That
It
thing's
does
gonna-
slow it down, yeah. And it hits some
chainsaw
wires
just
over
goes
top.
Unless it's a
right?
Texan
Doesn't it?
chainsaw.
Doesn't it just go like this, or does it go all the way around?
It goes all the way around.
Does it actually?
does, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of one of those cast saws,
Cut some trees.
like
Yeah,
when you cut a
yeah.
cast off, so it can't.
You're
cut
thinking
through
of
the
a
skin
turkey
or-
slicer.
Yeah,
Yeah, a small blade, a tiny blade.
Yeah,
The
maybe.
Minnesota turkey slicer killer.
That's what I call Danny.
Hey, it hits some wires. There's some fire. The lawnmower explodes after the fire comes up. The lawnmower that was thrown on top of the thing that she was trying to do. The whole place goes up. Sarah's stuck under a small audio board and a small shelf, which I thought was funny. When it zoomed out, I realized that she was actually caught under debris. But when it first showed what she was caught under, it was just like a pile of wires and a small
where I was
audio
like,
board.
it looked when at first glance to me, it looked like she thought that she was turning into wires. She was like, "Oh no, I'm turning into wires." I
Yeah,
knew I shouldn't have talked to
looked very
Deckard.
movable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just fucking get out of there.
So the shape is up. Busta lives.
He's back.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Yes.
1v1's Mike again with a shovel. He breaks the shovel off, but he does some more kung fu shit with the shovel. And Michael yeets him into a wall, which I thought was.
Do you guys think that it was
fantastic.
in his contract that like I cannot die in
I was literally going to say I
100%.
have a note at this point in the movie that says I feel like Busta Rhymes was supposed to die in this movie, but he just refused to film it.
Like, all right, I guess.
He's like, no, and then I grab it, and they're like, okay, now this is where he stabs you. He's like, no, then I grab a shovel, and then he grabs a shovel. And...
Yeah. And then he was like swiping it at the writers. They're like, whoa, okay, all right, just put it down.
Yeah.
All right, well, just kill Tyra Banks.
You know,
Stratos. Stratos, can you remind me where Michael gets electrocuted by Busta Rhymes?
right in the dick.
Yeah.
Like, might as well go
Yeah, go
right
for the lightning rod.
considering we've gone with, a roundhouse kick out a window, all the shit, getting yelled at by Busta Rhymes before all this.
Yeah.
Might as well just,
Yeah.
Why not?
that was in the contract. Okay, I want to yell at him. I want to make him look like
I'm
shit.
telling you, this movie was conceived when Busta Rhymes watched a fucking Halloween movie. It
Yeah.
all
What if I
lines
get
up.
electrocuted in the
Everything
dick?
lines up.
In the dick. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get dick. It's gonna be so.
No, I don't think.
I would just
I don't
shock
think
him
we
in the
can
dick.
have
That's
you
what he yelled at his
electrocuted.
TV by himself.
What if
in
I
his house.
electrocute him in the dick?
And they're like, he was like, please make him make high scream pitch noises. You know what I mean? They're like, no, we're gonna knock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
What about all those
What
computer
if a
wires
skeleton
around there? What if I
shows up
just
like
grab
Marv
one of
in Home
those
Alone?
and zap? Come
What
on.
if he's standing in blood and you know how water
hair
is
goes all crazy.
conductive? What if he's standing in blood and he gets more electrocuted to the point that he puts his arms up into more wires and gets more
Yeah.
electrocuted?
He gets crucified? It's a metaphor.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
He gets resurrected.
Blood, and then he comes back to life at the morgue. It's all
Amen.
resurrection.
Spoilers. Hey, Mikey, happy fucking Halloween.
Calling him Mikey is so good. Oh man.
But at least after all this happens, Michael Myers is dead forever. Don't worry about it. Miles can see that she's alive on the news. Sarah's alive on the news. What a dumb text to send anybody. Busta has a bit of final speech about how no more dangertainment and Michael's a chump.
Too danger.
Then knocks out a cameraman. Cameraman's just doing his job. And Buster's like, get out of here.
Because they filmed the scene, like, oh, we're missing something. And he's like, I got an idea. Punch his cameraman.
We're only at 85 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. They're wheeling the shape out, and Busta
The cameraman
and Sarah
was telling him to stop doing slow-mo.
Man, I don't think we talked about the fact that they did the worst slow-mo moments in this movie I've ever seen. But anyway, I just said it.
2002. 2002.
Yeah, exactly. They want to make sure that Michael Myers is dead, which is a classic trope from all horror. They unzip it and they don't show it, but when it goes into the morgue, they do this funny thing where the paramedic is like, "You got a celebrity, get your fucking notebook out for autographs," and then the morgue operator is literally like freaked when he says it's Michael Myers. And then as she opens it, we see the most like boiled person you've ever seen, and his eyes open, and the movie ends. And that's that.
Well, it's like he's already been burnt before in this timeline.
He has both eyes in this whole movie, and we've seen him take a fucking coat hanger to the eyes and his face burnt.
And 2 bullets.
I don't understand where this might be a different timeline than any of the other movies.
No, man, same timeline. I guess he just got shot above. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? In Halloween 2, but he also burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. I've also said about like Jason Voorhees, like he gets stabbed in the eyes all the time, but I think maybe these like undead style horror slasher guys might have sight beyond sight. They might have like a thing where like
they're showed though. They show their eyes.
That's the thing.
But
That's the thing I can't.
And they're beautiful.
Figure out.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
Especially in this one. I think he's got like sterling blues.
Yeah,
in this movie.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they got to kill him beyond a doubt every time. So you can't kill someone beyond a doubt.
You can't.
And so many times.
In the
unless
Halloween,
you're going to have an inconsistency like that, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no way to really
burn
him to a crisp. So you believe the stakes are that high that he's dead forever, and then.
I mean,
like, well,
the thing about the Halloween franchise that I truly believe is like the reason that they always have to negate the second one so often is because he gets stabbed in the eyes. So like he should be blind, right? Like he
bullets.
Yeah, that's a good point from when you were away.
Oh, sorry.
When you're making a little pee-pee, we decided to talk about how he got shot in the eyes.
Right. But yeah,
no, for sure.
Here he is with eyes all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult though, right?
Specifically, like, 2 eyes in this movie.
Yeah.
That's why I like Jason, where he can regenerate if he goes back into the lake or whatever, and goes back down to the bottom, and his mom is yelling at him in his dreams or whatever. He can regenerate his powers.
Well, he's a deadite.
Yeah, essentially, he is a deadite. I believe that.
So,
I mean, so does Sam Raimi, and you know who created Deadite? Sam Raimi. So let's all believe that.
The Book of the Dead is in Jason Goes to Hell, which I know you guys covered. So I don't even.
No,
we are not. We have to cover that next.
The last one.
Oh, spoiler!
No, do you want to be? Do you want to come back, Stratos?
Yeah. Do you want to come back, Stratos?
When is it? In the year?
No, in like May.
Okay. Yeah. I love the whole
June. No. March.
It's called the Spring Grimoire. Well,
Spring Grimoire.
Down, especially for that, because leading up of like the ending of that was like, oh, Freddy versus Jason's gonna happen, and it took like
a million years. It took actually like 10 years.
Literally a decade.
Almost, yeah. But actually, 1980, New Blood was supposed to be Freddy versus Jason. That's why they have Tina be like Carrie, because they're like, well, we need something cool. This is
One of the best things that I've ever experienced in my life was reading through the scripts that they had for Freddy versus Jason. I'm like, wow, these are all so fucking cool. Like every single idea, I was like, this would have been great. This would have been great. And the one that we got, I don't hate it, but like there's so many other cool ones. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I actually like the comic books that take place after.
I have them somewhere in here.
They're so cool. It's like, why didn't you just do it? Just make them into a movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so this movie was shit, but those comics are great.
Yeah. The Halloween franchise died here for a bit.
Yeah. And
they rebooted it.
I mean, forever. They rebooted it after this. They got Mr. Robert Zombert to come back and
do
make another movie
version of it.
And he was like, "What if everybody was a hillbilly and they were all white trash and they all maybe were?"
And he was in an insane asylum and obsessed with masks. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off that there's 2 of them because it means that we have to do 5 weeks for that.
The weird thing is that, like, I kind of like I like Rob Zombie. Like, I like him as a guy. I like his music.
Yeah,
and I think when I see him on like talk shows and interview podcasts and stuff, I'm like, this guy seems like a really cool, nice person that I want to have a conversation with. But every movie that he makes is either like grungy and weird for the specific purpose of being grungy and weird, or just like silly, like, and he doesn't hire anybody but his friends, which is why his movies never look good, because he's just been working with the same people he's like, so I got $20 million, so I'm gonna hire my friend Jacob to come do the lighting. And it's like, well, Jacob doesn't know anything about lighting outside of the first time you ever got Jacob Zombie. Yeah, they're all zombies, all of them.
Family members.
Yeah, maybe they do have just like a zombie compound where they're all just
the Zompound.
Problem with
Zompound, yeah.
Halloween franchise is he just kind of like did the same shit, like you're saying, like, oh, let's throw a rape scene in a Halloween movie. Like, what?
Why? Yeah.
Does Rob Zombie just hire his buddies? Is it like a Sandler situation where it's just like
it is, except they're all zombies? Yeah. Zandlers. He's the Rob Zandler.
I'll tell you right now that the Monsters fucking sucked.
Oh, really? That's so shocking and surprising.
Isn't that shocking to you?
I mean, I watched it too. It's very weird.
Not great. Yeah, it's weird and
weird. Like,
my dad liked it. He grew up with the Munsters, and even though I had seen the Munsters growing up, it's a different experience. If you're Gen X, you fucking love the Munsters. If you're a millennial, ugh.
I mean, it's like
at any rate,
it's like the Addams Family, right? Like the reason that like we like the Addams Family, millennials, is because they made proper Addams Family movies when we were kids. So we're not like in love with the original Addams Family TV show. We love the movies that came out in the 90s, right?
Christina Ricci, Addams Family style.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a weirdo though. I had the a compendium of the Addams Family comics, like the Far Side style, growing up. So those new the new one that came out that was animated, that was in the exact style of like those old comics. I didn't see it, but I don't hate it. You know, like it's
what the
different.
Fuck are you saying? You just like spend like fucking 45 seconds. Like I'm about to tell you how much I loved this thing, and then you said I didn't see it, but I liked it.
Well, I'm telling you that I love.
I gotta tell you, Miami. I never watched the original run of Miami Vice. You know, like the old TV show.
But I'm aware it existed.
But you know what? But, you know, they made that new movie, and I gotta tell you, the trailer with the Linkin Park, I loved it. I loved that trailer.
Okay, let's go into our final thoughts, our ratings, and our Home Alone of it all.
No, did you guys get through the whole movie? What did you guys talk about Busta Rhymes' speech at the end being like, all right, come on, let's go, Sarah.
We did it.
Okay, all right, fine. I did. Well, how long of a piss did I take? Holy shit.
So not gonna lie.
Long enough, buddy.
If you had to pick one,
what do you think the Home Alone
when is the Home Alone of it all?
Can someone please tell me when the Home Alone?
I really gotta know.
When is the Home Alone of it all?
What is the Home Alone of it all?
Now that's the Home Alone of it all.
Is that Michael Myers on the right?
Awesome.
When he got electrocuted?
Yeah.
When they shocked his dick?
He was like, when he got hit in the lamp at the beginning. No, that's why his hair.
His hair is all up.
I think you were still here for that. The idea of the Home Alone of it all specifically is the idea that when Kevin McAllister slaps down the blueprint, that's the moment of the movie we're all there to see. Now we've posited that this can be sort of true for any movie. The part of the movie you are there to see, the sequence. Sometimes it's the third act. Sometimes it's just like your favorite part of the movie. Ultimately, Alex, you've been here 9,000 times. So what I'll ask you for now is your rating, your Home Alone of it all, and your final thoughts.
Okay. I think my Home Alone of it all is probably when he kills the camera dude. What's it, Charlie or whatever?
Charlie?
Yeah. I think that's like, I know like there's some other killing earlier, but it's like that's kind of, I feel like that's like prologue killing. Like that's like establishing shot killing.
Yeah.
And then I think that once he kills in the house, that's kind of when you're like, okay, this movie is about them in the house getting killed.
Yeah.
So this
you
is
need
kinda...
to just show somebody get killed in the house. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know that this is where the killing ground was.
Yeah, exactly. And so for that, it was me. My final thoughts on the movie. I like the movie, but as anyone who's seen all 9,000 of my episodes knows, I do like every movie that I watch. Every single movie that I watch. The only sensory input I have is like the intention of the person making the movie. And I don't know, I don't know if it's a curse or if it's a blessing, because it's like every movie I watch, I'm like, they're trying to tell me a story and I am receptive to it. So it's like, for me, I'm just like, okay, yeah, like this, I watch this movie. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I watch things very innocently in that sense. But it makes me not very critical a lot of time, which is a drawback when I'm trying to criticize a movie.
It's great that you could like maintain your childhood delight for movies, but you also shed the ability to be terrified by things. You're like, I'm no longer terrified, but I love this.
Yeah, and I think for me, a lot of times that's like anything positive is +10, and then anything negative is -1 for me. Like, obviously, I'm not like stupid. Like, I know that it's not a good movie, but it's like, but I'm like, but Busta Rhymes carries me. Like 5 minutes of him talking is worth 40 minutes without him, or whatever. And or I'm like, hey, it's Katie Sackhoff. Or like when we watched Curse of Michael Myers, I was like, I'm like, hey, Paul Rudd's here. I love Paul Rudd. And it's like, it doesn't like anything good or bad. I'm just like entrenched in the situation where I'm like, oh, this is a story that I've never heard, and someone's telling me a story, and I just enjoy storytelling, even if it's not good. But anyway.
Would this be better if it was on a ghost ship of some sort?
Maybe. But anyway, yeah, and I know that like it's the worst Halloween movie I've seen, and I haven't seen them all, but I'm like, but still, it's it's definitely like I'm not. But I mean, I've seen Curse of Michael Myers, and I've seen the original, and I've seen this. I think those are the only three I've seen.
Oh, that's weird. That's a weird
yeah. One of them I watched because it's Halloween, and obviously you got to watch Halloween. And then the other one I had to watch for this podcast, and then this one I had to watch for the podcast. But I like them all. But anyway, I like everything I watch. So yeah. Cool. Anyways, it was good. I would give it 2 knives through the chest out of 3.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh,
that's what I would say.
Thank you, Alex. Incredible.
Now on to some less favorable reviews.
No, we're gonna hear from Stratos next.
I'll go with your order. We'll start with the Home Alone moment? Is that what you call it?
Yeah. The Home Alone moment.
Home Alone moment. To me, is actually when Donna gets killed and people are watching it.
Yeah,
I like that as my like, oh, this is a crank up, because now like we know that's Michael Myers, you know, even though we've seen him killed before in the lead up. I think it just kind of brings you into what they're trying to put together with, again, 2002. I especially, even seeing that at that moment in 2002, I was like, ooh, here we go. This is really picking up. So that is a pretty cool moment, because that death just seems like kind of prolonged too. Like,
yeah,
there's a weird like linger to it, and you're like, oh, this is vicious.
It's less ambiguous than killing the camera guy, where it's like,
yeah, like I gotta get you out of the way. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the camera guy is the only other one that lingers. Every other death is like, just
then
they're dead. Yeah.
shing!
Yeah.
Get back to like let's get to the point of Busta Rhymes is what I feel like it gets to, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Do I think it's the worst Halloween? I really don't like part 5. I find part 5 is really rough.
Is that the cult one? Which one's
No, I love.
Is that where the town is like?
It's like the continuation of the niece. So it's like after the events of part 4.
and it's just the house at the end, right? It's just
no, she can't speak, so she's like mute for a while.
Right, yeah.
Then she starts speaking, and then the kid hears, the annoying friend is alive because like they killed off the I guess like stepsister,
right?
And then you're dealt with her, and she's just a really annoying, and just the characters are just so over the top. Then there's these cops, and they put goofy music on the cops every time they walk.
Oh, right. It's like,
yeah. And like, okay, they do like a bit of a face reveal.
That's what it took to make my memory remember what movie you're
talking
about. It's the goofy cops. I'm like, oh yeah, those fuckers.
Why do they have to put that music while they walk? Like, what are we making? And apparently the whole backstory to that is hilarious. The director was just like,
he's like, I thought we were making a kids movie.
And he's just like, oh, we're making a good horror movie or whatever. And you're like, oh, that's ruined. So I think that's worse than Resurrection. Resurrection has moments, which I like enjoy. But yeah, I could cut off the whole Busta Rhymes gimmick of all of it. Even if it's just Busta Rhymes was in it.
Yeah.
We didn't need all that other stuff at the end. I get though now it's his charm. Unfortunately, but yeah,
he shouldn't be in the movie. Like he shouldn't be in a Halloween movie.
He could be in it, but he doesn't have to, do what he
should,
has to do.
I mean, Busta Rhymes should not be in a Halloween movie. But in the Halloween movie that we watched, he was one of the better parts.
Maybe the best part. I might say the best.
Yeah. I mean, like, what? I don't know.
I know what you mean.
The time it was one of those like, oh, cool. Okay, where are we gonna go with this? Even when Michael Myers wakes up or whatever, his eyes lit up with his burns, you're like, ooh, I can't wait for the next one. Like, really, that's how it felt. I don't have anything clever on the 2 knife stabs to the chest or something. I don't know. I got like, I'm gonna go with like 3 and then 0.8 out of 10.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, nothing fancy on that.
Well, thank you, Stratos. I'd like to officially invite you back to the couch, Johnny Carson style. You were a great guest, and I thank you for your time tonight. And good stuff. Sorry that we didn't have you here earlier. Honestly,
it's been a long time coming. Have you guys? I know you've done a lot of all the Jason movies, but have you done the fan film?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. It's called Never Hike Alone. They made 3 of them, and they combined it all into one big movie, and it's like incredible. It's like really done well. They even bring back what's his name who played Tommy Jarvis in part 6.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's out of anything that you haven't seen out of all the Jason.
You are like a actual horror man. You're like a horror man. Okay.
I always rave about this movie. It's free, obviously, on YouTube. You can look it up. It's called Never Hike Alone. They did like Never Hike in the Snow, and then they did like Never Hike 2 or whatever. But it's all now combined into one, and you can watch it. It's like 2.5 hours or something.
He's kind of a Halloween guy.
I'm a Halloween guy.
Someone call him Mr. Halloween over here. Ding, ding. Make out with it again. We all want to see it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Now that's Jason X.
That is a funny story. Another time. I was filmed all here. I went to see it, and the whole cast was there for Jason X, which was weird. I just, I'm gonna go watch it, and I'm like, oh, all these people are from the movie are in it. They're here watching it. And it wasn't a packed theater because it was a shit movie. Anyways, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. I'll
The
come
cast of
back.
Jason X was actually 60% of the box office.
It just kept going and going.
Steve,
my favorite Home Alone moment of this movie, I have two of them. The first one is when I realized at the end of that opening sequence, when I saw all of those weird slowed down shots and reverse shots and them taking a camera and being like, and like a digital shake to it, being like, okay, this is the kind of movie that I'm in for. And then being pleasantly surprised beyond it that they didn't continuously do that throughout the entire movie. They didn't go back and do all of that the entire time. So I don't know if you would count that as a moment or an entire sequence of events. But I like that shit. No, wait, sorry. I don't like that shit. I don't like that at all. What I mean to say is that I like that that's how it made me feel as going in, because it made me feel like everything that we see throughout the rest of the movie is better. When it comes to the actual movie itself, it's not great. I don't consider it a Halloween movie at all. I don't know, like when you first like walked into this, thinking like, okay, we've got this cool Halloween intro. We're gonna have a Halloween story that we have had in the past. We're gonna have like him hiding behind bushes and have the Laurie moments where he's following a particular person. It's like I said at the beginning, where it's like he has no black book of like his murder list is gone, where he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to go underground and eat some rats for a few years and see what comes up. And, he's reading the newspaper like, no, nothing catches my eye. And even the rats are like, come on, Michael, you can do it. You can go back out there. You can find somebody to kill. And he's like, eats half a rat and then throws it behind his shoulder, starts stinking down there. And you don't, there's almost like no expectation, and then they have to sell you this at the beginning, which is the whole idea is that these kids are going to be in this house and they're going to be locked in for the night, and it's going to be the internet is watching. And that's when I started to realize, like, okay, this is not something that I'm gonna give a shit about at all. Like, I don't care about any of this style of filmmaking, and I don't care about this storytelling. Nothing's gonna be good. So, the head in the dryer at the beginning, that's the Halloween that we knew and loved, and it's gone. And now we're gonna be dealing with, ooh, a camera down your tits, ooh, a camera up your butt. Like, that's gonna be the whole movie. And that's pretty much what it was. And I didn't like any of it. I'm trying to think of like other stuff throughout. I guess like the other part that made me be like, oh, this is going to be maybe better, is when Busta Rhymes yelled at Michael Myers. And I was like, Michael Myers getting yelled at by Busta Rhymes is something that I didn't know I needed and I liked. And as I was watching him, like, wouldn't it be so funny if Michael Myers didn't kill him right now and just walked away and was like, okay. And then that's what happened. I was like, whoa, they did it. They actually did it.
He's like, fine.
Yeah, okay, I'll go do what
He
you
took
said.
the criticism.
Yeah. Maybe he improved. And, like nothing great until the end, until Busta Rhymes uses his movie knowledge of other movies that aren't horror movies. His Kunli knowledge, where he's like, I was watching Kunli the other day and I could probably kick his ass. And he does. He kicks him out the window, chucks him to death. But nothing great. His ending speech was pretty good. Basically telling everybody on the internet and on network TV, y'all just want to look at me. Y'all just want to look at everyone. What are you talking about? Come on, Sarah, let's get out of here. We don't need this. And then they walk away. So beautiful. but also just a terrible, terrible movie. So if I had to give it a rating, I would say this movie is as good as the rubber mask being pulled off of that fucking severed head at the beginning of the movie. You probably should have turned it off there, but that's my rating. Rubber mask at the beginning. It scrambled my brains. I was like, what are we talking about again?
My Home Alone of it all for this week was turning the movie off.
Whoa, Jason, that's the harshest review you've ever had, or Home Alone you've ever done.
I think it is. If I was to like actually give it that respect, there are some fun moments in the movie. It was a lot more fun to talk about. It's not going to sway my rating for the movie, but I did really like once Michael Myers kicks into gear when it was like there's 20 minutes left. I didn't know how that was going to be possible. At least the movie made it make sense. It was like it became like final girl slasher moment. So if I had to, I guess that my sort of final thoughts on this movie are this movie wasn't even good enough to be so bad it's good. The acting was terrible. The movie looked like a straight to DVD Hellraiser movie, but somehow worse than that. It felt like scenes were missing. Busta Rhymes' acting was garbage and bullshit.
No, it was good.
Normally I give something like this the benefit of the doubt, but I do actually see why it's hated so much. It actually bumped H2O up a full letter grade up to a 3.5 from a 3 because of how nonsensical a lot of the stuff in this movie was.
You retroactively are bumping another movie up. Holy shit.
Yes.
I don't know if that's ever happened before.
No, that's a new thing. They padded this already short runtime with so much garbage slow motion.
It wasn't that short though. It was kind of,
I hated it. I hated it so much.
Too long. Man.
The only redeeming quality was that some of the kills were passable, I guess. Like some of them were a little bit okay. I like the stab to the head. That was a pretty good one. The movie made me so annoyed at times I wanted to actually turn it off. It physically hurt to watch. I'm sorry, but there's not a lot of movies that we've done in this show in 204 episodes that I've actually been like, like not like laughing out loud at it, just been like, can this end please? Luckily it was only 86 minutes long. I give it a 1.3 out of 5.
Whoa, that's low.
Yep. I did bump it up from a 1.2 to a 1.3 from talking to it with you guys. 1.2 for doing a speed run of a lot of Halloween tropes and the thing where the final girl sees a bunch of the kills herself. I give this movie an entry into the Hey Did You See This One Hall of Shame, and my ultimate final rating is...
Hold on. You can just do that?
Yeah, I'm inventing it right now.
Okay, well, are there keys to that? Do I not get a key too? Shouldn't it be like one of those like GoldenEye style, like we both have like a...
Would you turn the key with me on this one for Hall of Shame?
I would say that it's more like a prison sentence, which means that we can put it in there, but if another one goes in there that's worse, we could either let them rot together, but we have the ability to pull one out.
I hated this movie the way you hated kayfabe. I liked kayfabe more than you did.
Can I throw kayfabe in there with it?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Right.
We have two movies in the Hall of
this
Shame.
Where we like put the keys in and like... All right,
I also give this movie, I dunk it into the fires of a volcano.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Jason,
not even clever.
What the heck?
Have you hated any movie beyond this movie this much?
I give this movie, it kills itself inside of its own movie.
I wonder
it kind of does though. You're right. That's kind of like a good analogy though, because it does kind of kill itself within its own movie. Like that is a thing that it does within itself a little bit.
I like so many fucking bullshit dumb. Remember how high I rated Dr. No? This is the
Doctor No's a
antithesis.
good movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I gave it a 5 out of 5 because of it being the beginning of James Bond. And
yeah, but
you
Doctor No
guys-
is also a good movie. This movie is
Sorry.
not a good movie.
Yes, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. Anyway, my point is I
Remember
hated
when I
this
said
movie-
Gone with the Wind was good?
We're like gone
hate-
with the shit. Am I right?
I hated this
people?
movie so bad I
Lock
almost
it in
turned it off
jail. Turn
and
the
made that the basis of my rating, but I wanted to finish the movie. I never hate anything. I fucking literally was so baffled by most of the things happening in this movie. It like erased my ability to have that thing I normally have where it's like, well, at least this or at least that. I just fucking did not like this movie and I hated it, and it's my lowest rating ever, and it's 1.3 out of 5.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. This is like every experience I ever have watching a movie. I watch a movie, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad. And then I go online and people are like, this movie killed my parents.
With a gun and a car.
Yeah.
This
and
movie left my
drinking and
parents-
cigarettes.
Yeah.
This movie left my parents alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
This movie was so bad that it took my bullying as a kid from a 2 to a 2.5.
This movie changed the way that I fucking watch horror because
You look like you're slowly turning into like a Stranger Kids thing over there. Like the lighting changes are happening. Like, warmth of that light. Come on.
Whoa.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's a mood light while Jason
Are we
talks
gonna
about
like
Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we got to go into our plugs. I think Stratos is tired. Look at him. He's too
We gotta put
sleepy.
this boy to bed.
All right, let me just plug this in right here and.
See, and that's a good pick. Legit.
Stratos. What do you have to plug?
I don't know. My social is xStratosX on Instagram. You can follow me there for wrestling. I also run a wrestling company now called Toronto Wrestling Club. We wrestle out of Henderson's Brewery.
Oh, you run that?
Yeah, I know.
You're an announcer?
What you want? Oh, are you allowed?
Yeah, I'm allowed. I can do whatever I want.
I already have it.
I didn't go do the show tonight.
Ooh, I don't
Yeah.
want. I don't want heat. I already
I
got
want heat. I heard about it. Anyway, we don't need to talk. I did hear about it.
Of course you did. Yeah, come out next time. Let me know. I'll let you know. Come to the show. I think we're gonna do a December show or something.
Cool.
I'll get you the date. Come hang out.
I'd love to.
Yeah, not to work, just to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to see it, and I love Henderson Brewery. They're a great brewery. I'm doing a plug now too. Henderson Brewery, great brewery.
Great guys. Great.
I'd also like to. I'd like to plug Stratosphere again. Having you on the show was kind of cathartic because I've wanted to talk movies with you this whole time. I just didn't know if you were the kind of person that would sit on this show for 3 hours. I was worried that you were like, no, I'm not doing that. But yes, you were. So
give me back. Let me know.
Thank you. Thank you.
He also discovered that you are not like him at all, Jason. You didn't watch the movies.
Yeah,
you weren't as spooky
you
as he
peeled
was.
back your mask.
Yeah.
And
I'm a
revealed the
weirdo.
security guard who never watched a horror movie but below
Yeah,
the mask.
it's wild to me now. But I guess all we used to do is just watch wrestling at your place.
Now let's watch horror at my place or your place.
Yeah, of course.
Just keeping on that same note, I'd like to let everybody know that you can find this show each and every week here on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. It's called Hey Did You See This One at 8 p.m. Eastern each and every week. We're going into the holidays, it's the times and places might be a little all over the place. I know that my co-host Steve,
that's me,
is very busy with his thing that he's going to plug in a moment. But I would like to let everybody know that tonight here in Halifax, it's happening right now. You can't go to it. It's called Zombie Wrestling. It takes place tonight and tomorrow night, October 30th and 31st. I don't have a card. Like usually I show the card for the show, but really I can just show Zombie Mike with the Zombie Wrestling Championship. We do a show out of the Great Hall every month here in Toronto. You can also find all of the t-shirts you can buy from us here at, hey, did you see this one? We have, from our very well received James Bond month, an image illustrated by our very own Stephen Waters. Actually, these are all, besides the photo I just showed, they're all illustrated by Stephen Waters. We have Corporal Tunnel Syndrome. He's a villain from the James Bond universe that we invented. Maybe the next movie starring Idris Elba, this will be his villain.
He's got shovels for hands.
He's got shovels for hands. We also have the Howie Mandela effect, which you can get on a shirt, and you'll love it to have it on a shirt.
Look at him drool.
We also have the Grimoire of Familiar Killers. This is the original Mount Rushmore of on our show, but I think we might need to replace a few of these individuals as we continue on through the years. We also have the Eldritch Millennial. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
What a delightful image of a
me, Jason, and Tim, and a few other millennials. I just kind of mashed a bunch of our friends all together into one thing.
I'm the backwards. No, I'm not even the backwards hat. I'm the glasses part. I don't know. We also have Kill Aid from the Grimoire era, from the Jason movies era. And if you want to get on a t-shirt right now, you can get it. It's Twinkerbell.
Yep.
You get Twinkerbell on a t-shirt. I wanted to see Stratos' reaction to that, and it did not disappoint me.
Really great stuff, guys.
Thank you. Stephen Wanders drew all this stuff. It's great. You can find it all here. Hey, did you see this one? I know that I changed up the pecking order of how we usually do it, but what I want to ask for right now is Alex Rhymes himself, Busta Rhymes' brother. Do you have anything that you want to promote this week, sir?
Not really. Just watch my other episodes on this podcast. Because
There's
the
so
more
many
you
of
watch
them.
my episodes, the more reliant they are on me, and the more episodes I can be in. And it eventually, I say this every time, it eventually results in this being my podcast.
Right.
I've been saying that too. I'm like, one of these days, Alex will just replace me. And I don't have to do this anymore.
You've
I actually
been
have
about 10 times.
I actually have a trailer for Alex Gow's episodes.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Jason. I just wanted to congratulate you guys on 204 episodes. I'm really proud of you guys. A lot of people said you weren't going to make it, but I always knew it. Anyway, we should probably go now. See you guys later. I challenge anyone to go on Vortex and hold their phone the whole time.
I honestly, I cannot be more happy with the fact that, like, I know that you're trying your hardest to be like, you're trying to like think of what to say. So.
Yeah, I definitely didn't even go in with a plan at all. Because I wasn't even fully committed to doing it. Because I'm like,
I might
okay, am I going to commit to this? Yeah. And then I also couldn't decide if it was going to be Vortex or Dragonfire. But
it's crazy because like I probably would have been like, fuck, I fucked it up, and I would have went on. I would have.
Oh, you'd have to keep going on.
Yeah.
You're waiting in line. You're beating yourself up in line the whole time, waiting for Vortex.
This one, I'll be practicing.
Stop
in line.
fucking it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so yeah, if I have a recommendation for an episode, you should watch my Mothman Prophecies episode where I didn't watch the movie before we did it. Because
somehow
I was asked like 4 hours before we did the podcast if I could be on it, and I said, "Yeah, I remember the one. I saw the Mothman Prophecies like 15 years ago or whatever." And me and my brother used to watch it a lot, but I hadn't seen it in like 10 years, and we did the podcast, so that was a lot of fun.
And it was perfect. It was excellently executed.
I remembered more than Jason and Steve, who had watched it.
True.
We watched it
the day before.
Yeah, I think I watched it that day, and I was like,
"Yeah."
Why does this guy know more than us?
Yeah.
Steven, did we give him? Did we already do that? We already did that.
We already
did. Steven, what do you got cooking on the back burner, friend?
Well, as I always talk about, we have Stanland, which is a 5-part audio mini series comedy podcast where I do a bunch of voices, but it's also populated by actual celebrities like John Hamm and Rhea Seahorn and Bobby Moynihan and John Waters and like a bunch of other cool celebrities. But I'm also in there too. But I've also been helping with the mini series that has spawned off of that podcast. I do a bunch of voices for that, including main characters for a few series, and I've been editing it, which is pretty fun and cool too. So you can hear my editing work there. But I also do the voices for Darth Theorist and the Three-Eyed Theorist, two YouTube channels that I'm quite proud of and are growing. They're growing slowly. They're growing better, and they're going to be better than any YouTube channel that ever existed, except for this one, of course. So the last week has been very rough for me because I've been really trying to throw together these stories for you guys, the people who listen to those channels. And I would like to, if it's okay, play
Absolutely
the
it is.
play the trailer for the Halloween
so he
special
watches
that
it.
I've been working on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play that right now.
A long time ago, in a galaxy of endless wars. Some stories are older than the stars themselves. Tales whispered in shadows. Stories the Jedi dared never to record. Last year, we brought you a tale steeped in fire and drowned in mud, pulled straight from a nightmare, and cast back to hell. This year, Darth Theorist unleashes not one nightmare, but four. Four tales of terror, carved from the darkest corners of the galaxy, each one a little on the dark side.
So fucking good.
Very cool.
So a couple of those are already out. The first one being The Silence of the Jedi, and the second one being Dinner for Five, a murder mystery. People are liking the murder mystery one. It's very kooky and crazy, being like, dun, 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 who killed him? It's very good. But yeah, we've got two more coming out. I think they're both going to drop tomorrow. Like, we really wanted to have them all out by Halloween, but you know, stuff happens sometimes. Editors not realizing that they're going to have to edit in time. I don't know. I'm not trying to call anybody out or anything, but you know, it's been very fun. I do all the voices for Darth Theorist and the Three-Eyed Theorist, and as well as the narrator. So come see, come look, come check it out. They're fun and cool and spooky.
Well, thank you, Steven. I hope that everybody watches those. They're going to be great, and I'm excited for the Wookiee one. I do at this time. I want to ask. So, Stratos, I'll just say the name of this show is called "Hey, Did You See This One?" Alex and Stratos, I need to ask you both to do something for me. There's a question that needs to be asked each and every week. And it is, of course, the name of this show. Could you do it for us right now?
Hey, did you see this one?
Were we supposed to
Stratos, could you and Alex at the same time? I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was the countdown?
That was the countdown?
You did it really quick.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, did you see this one?
This one?
Hey man, do you guys ever wonder what it would be like if Michael Myers popped down from the ceiling with one arm?
Yeah, if I was there, I would have been like,
No.
Kung fu action, dude.
And what else?
That's all. Kung fu and electricity.
Kung fu and electricity is exactly what I would use.
All right, guys, go to bed.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Good night.
Yeah, Jamie Lee.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.
Jack-o'-lantern, apple-lantern, squack-a-lantern, zucac-a-lantern, pep-a-lantern, carac-a-lantern, egg-plack-a-lantern, egg-jack-o'-lantern, tamac-a-lantern, ten-jack-o'-lantern, pomegranate-a-lantern, grape-frack-a-lantern, grap-a-lantern, crack-a-lantern. These are the lanterns of Halloween.